Hello, my beautiful words of love and light, and welcome to this weekly reading from the 16th to the 22nd of January. So this week I have a lot of notes. It's been a really information-filled week for me. Just not information, but just a lot of messages coming in. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it's Aquarius season, which is, like I say always, it's our revolutionary, our rebel, our outside thinker, our very forward thinker. And it's also the new moon in Aquarius. It's happening on January 21st. Usually when we move into a new moon in Aquarius, it's this step, it's this move into something completely new, like there's something going to happen, like a game-changing energy. But this new moon is asking us to be a little bit more gentle, as we like a more gentle flow into this new year kind of thing. It's this feeling of taking a step back and healing ourselves, because the star card, I think I still have it here, the star card is Aquarius. The star card is our water bearer. It's all about this Aquarius is an air sign, but here there's the representation of water, which is healing. It's like healing and transmutation. It's like it's time to take the time to yourself, to rest. And I always talk about mirror work and ripple. If you heal yourself, the ripple effect means you heal the world and the earth, right? So it's just a really beautiful energy coming in. It's not so outside of the box. It's a welcome energy, because I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you are on social and you must have read this, that there was a solar radiation or solar energies that were spiked really high last week, and the sun had a lot of sunspots on it. Sunspots are like mini hurricanes on the sun, and in resulting in massive flooding of higher consciousness, right, onto the earth. So a lot of you might see this, that a lot of people are waking up around you, or just seeing things differently, right? Last week, when we got hit by the solar energy, it was yo, I was in bed. I was tired at 7:30 at night, kind of thing, and then I'd be I'm not gonna go to bed yet, and then I'd be really fatigued, exhausted, and then after I was up all night long, right? So I was okay, whatever. But I've been getting the message that sleep is less and less necessary. You're going to notice that we're not sleeping as many hours as we used to sleep. And if you are, it's because maybe you're needing to, there's more settling needs to be done in your physical vessel. But a lot of us are weaning off sleep. And that kind of brings me into one of the topics I want to talk about today. So, about programming and everything. We need to sleep 7 hours a day or 8 hours a day to be healthy, to be focused. We need to menopause, this and this and this, and our eyesight is going to get worse at this age, and that's where it happens. Everything that if we stick to these belief systems, these programs, then the result, we're going to age and we're going to die at 85, because that's what they said, right? So we're going to die. So like I always say, your body is a robot. It's a computer, right? Your body's a computer. Everything you say or everything you think is a command. So that is the programming, right? So if you're continuously telling someone that menopause is going to hit at 45 years old, and you're going to have hot flashes, and you're going to have this, and they're well, people, it happens to be. And I'm I know it happens, but maybe it's not a menopause, and maybe it's you're upgrading your DNA at 45 years old biologically, or maybe there's you're moving into another version of yourself at that age. But that is where but for me, I just feel we are so like programmed to believe this, that this happens. Like for me, I really truly believe I'm immortal. Like I'm not going to die anytime soon unless I decide to leave. So that is what I like. I really feel it in my heart. So, but everyone else, not everyone else, some people are like me too, but most people are like, well, no, Sabrina, you're going to die at this age because that's the median age, as according to the statistics, according to like blah blah. Yes, he says it because everybody believes that, and so that is what happens, right? This is all to say, like, this is a perfect example. Don't go outside in the cold without a hat and without gloves, and don't dare go bare feet in the snow because you're going to catch a cold like instantly, right? But then there's these people that polar bear jump, whatever it is called, I don't know, like they jump into like freaking freezing under zero below whatever lakes, and they don't catch colds. Oh, but the Wim Hof breathing extraordinaire, he's always in the cold, like programming. Because I go out on my balcony and it's full of snow and I put my bare feet on the ground, I don't come in, I have a cold the next day. I do it because it's just refreshing and I feel the energy, right? Of the snow or of the water or whatever it is. So this is more like a me thing, because I've had a lot of conversations with people recently, and it's like I'm stepping into that awareness of it. It just doesn't make sense to me in my mind anymore. Like of course I've been programmed too, 100%, right? Like we all have. But it's like now that we're reprogramming ourselves or deprogramming ourselves, it's like things make more sense, right? Like we're just fixed on and believing the external world. We're believing in the journalist on the news. We're believing in the doctor. We're believing in the scientist. We're believing in the judge, the lawyer, all these people outside of us because they have a degree or because they learned from a book. But you don't believe in you. That is the whole thing. This whole awakening and remembrance is to believe in you. You have it all. Sometimes I get like reprimanded my higher self. They're like, yo man, are you for real right now? You are the future. You are the advanced technology. You are the advanced systems. You are the advanced learning. It's all inside you. Yet you choose to read that book and believe that book instead of listening to yourself. So that's where we're at. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. Right? I'm like, and you've always known it too. A little part of you has always known it, but we don't trust ourselves. And then we give the power away to everybody around us. Everybody. Instead of just listening and asking the question, say, okay, do I need to eat this chickpea? No. Do I need to should I whatever? Take a bath right now? No. It's like just really simple. Okay. It's listening to yourself, because you're not really like your higher self is you. It's reverting that attention from the power that you've given everybody, the government, everybody, the teacher, the mother, the father, everybody around you, outside of you, instead of actually listening to the magic of you. And like every single one of us has our own blueprint, right? We have our own gifts to give to this world. So not everybody is on the same trajectory or path, but we are all we are, right? We're all our focus is the whole consciousness, but we have something different to offer, right? So that's the beauty of us. Like that's why I like to go out with people and listen to them, and like, wow, I always get inspired and like, oh, interesting way of looking at things, instead of always just following the norm, following what we were taught in school. That's the programming right there. Everything is a narrative. For me right now, everything is a narrative. I'm like, okay. I look at everything and I just flip it over and it's like inverted matrix. All right. The only true thing in this world is you. And And again, yesterday I was talking to like a client of mine or a friend of mine. I'm not sure. There's so many conversations I have, but so many people out there, star seeds and light workers, like, oh, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go back to my star planet. And you don't realize that you are the fucking miracle. This omniverse, in all the billions of galaxies out there, we are the miracles. We're freaking light in human vessels, in physical vessels. There's nobody out there that has a physical vessel except for Earth. So we are home, and that's what we decided billions of years ago to do, come onto this Earth and find a way to help Gaia, first of all, move into the 7D, and also to learn this experiment of how a light can function in a physical vessel. We are an experiment. I always say that. I always knew it. We're like lab rats, right? But highly intelligent. We're the best of the light out there. We came into these knowing this was an experiment, because what I know, and this is another topic I'm going to talk about, is that this is an experiment like everything else, like science. We're going to move into another planet, and we're going to do the same thing. And now we just know a little bit better. And that's another thing. People come to me and they're like, well, how do you know? Like, I said, I don't know. But this is a message I'm getting from me. So where do you get your information? You know, sometimes I do get information from videos, from people that I resonate with. But sometimes it's me. It's like I ask myself what the answer, and I get the answer, and this is what I'm saying to you here. Because I trust me now. I never trusted myself before. I was like, oh, no. I have to go look it up to see if I'm right. And you do the same thing, because 9 times out of 10 you're right. You know it, right? I know. I have so many of you out there that say that, yeah, like, I know. I knew it already. I'm like, of course you did, because you know. And you didn't trust yourself. So that is like where we're at. We're needing to seriously trust ourselves. Like, every day, every week I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm going to like nail it into you. Because for me, that was my game changer of my life. It changed my life, that I was able to like sit there and ask questions and listen to the questions and the directions. Like some of you have been following me for a long time, and they know in May of 2022 I was given the message, you need to cross Canada by car, and you need to leave in a week. And I did. I said, oh, really? And I was a bit like doubtful. I was like, really? Like, alone? And they're like, yeah, go. You have to go. So I tried to find people, but nobody like rallied with me. So I went alone, and I left for 1 month across all the way to the Vancouver Island and back to Montreal. So it was an enlightening experience. It was very expensive, but it's okay. Money is nothing, right? So money will come all the time. But I'm just saying that we need to start listening in. And that is where we fail ourselves, because we always giving power to someone else that doesn't know your physical vessel, doesn't know anything about you. They just, I don't know, from books or whatever. I don't even know books anymore. What does that mean? Why am I trusting someone else for me? And that goes to another topic of cells, which I've talked about a lot, is cells. Talk to your cells, people. You can't imagine how many people do not talk to their cells, how we've neglected our cells. Our cells is like, it's us. It's our biology here. So I talk to my cells every night. I say, thank you for repairing all that you do in the night and the day for me for my past 53 years in this lifetime, or thank you for metabolizing all my food and all that I drink, and thank you for whatever it is that you have. Thank you for whitening my teeth and whatever you want to do. Thank you for reversing my grays. I keep saying the same thing, but it'll happen when it happens. I don't put a deadline on my cells. The cells, it could take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 1 month, right? It's trusting your cells. I'm I'm devoted to the cells. And I when you talk to the cells for the first time, you can feel your whole body vibrate because they're like excited. They're probably having a fiesta in there. Like, oh my God, finally. So talk to your cells, people. You can not imagine how you can cure yourself from all dis-ease out there. Because any disease that you have is stuck energies. Stuck inside there because you keep believing in the program, you keep taking pills, you keep doing whatever it is that you want to take, and it keeps like, nah, because she doesn't really believe. Or he doesn't, whatever. Anyways, I'm just like, I want to leave you with that. But of course, you have to go see your doctors, your medicine, whatever you need. Don't tell me. I listen to the girl and tarot reader, whatever. This is how I lead my life. You do what you need to do that you think is best for your life. I'm not judging you either, but I'm just saying the power of the cell is like amazing. Just the power of you. You are divine. You know, you are God. You are the spark of this planet. You are that. And it's that moment that you click into that, you're like, okay, my God, yeah. And I can change my whole life. I can change my reality right now. So, another thing that's happening this week was a lot of people are experiencing old issues coming up. And it feels like we're being tested again. And I was told that, yes, you're being tested again and again. And I was like, wow, man, like, can we stop with the test? Right? But I was like, it's okay. This is part of the process because, you know, you are crystallizing, your body's crystallizing, you're changing. We're changing physiologically, we're changing everything. So we need to know how to handle ourselves. There's also something else that happened to me this week because I was like asking a question to my higher self or to myself, right? I'm like, okay, and they're like, you need to talk to your ego for that. And I'm like, excuse me? I was like, what? They're like, yeah, this is an ego thing. It's not a higher self thing. And I was like, it was like a big, I was like, okay. And that's when I realized it's true because we all have a higher ego and we have a lower ego, and the lower ego is that survival, like a flight and fight kind of mode. But your higher ego in your heart, right? There's a 12 stair step to that. So it's just a very interesting. You can't negate it. You're still a human. So we need to tap into, I guess, the everyday kind of things. Is like you move into your higher ego. I don't know. I'm still working with that, so it's kind of interesting. But I think it's. I don't think. I know. It's more of trust. Like at the end of the day, it's just trusting yourself and trusting that voice and trusting whatever comes out. Like, oh, yeah, that is what I'm gonna do, and do it, kind of thing. So I think I covered everything this week. This week I'm gonna in the readings I was compelled to use this Black Moon astrology cards. So I'm using astrology and tarot as the readings. It's kind of interesting because I've just put in astrology, tarot readings, personal. I can go through your birth chart with tarot. It's kind of fun energy to do that. Also, I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, I have to do that. Okay. I have a little bit of an announcement to make that I'm in the process of changing the name of the company. I'm doing a little rebranding of the Essence of Vine. It's going to be no longer. I'm going to change the name, and next week, I think. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a change of like colors, perhaps. Not perhaps, it is. And also, I'm going to give you the winner of this week. Like I did last week, I entered all the names of the people who leave comments, and what I do is I just shuffle the names like 2022, 2023, and we get to see who's going to win this question. So I have to tap this screen, and Jen Barbarossa, scusa. Jen Barbarossa wins the one question reading. So all you need to do, Jen, is to send me if you can find me on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook, or you could find me on an email, info@essencedivine.com. All the coordinates are down below as well. So just go there and tap into that. All right, so congratulations. A one question reading is like a one question reading. Whatever it is, just tell me what it is. And I just really would like to know your sign. That would just help me in the reading. All right, love you. All right, that was fun. And so this is the end of that. Wish you an amazing week. Happy birthday to Aquarians. And also, I feel like the energy is a bit lighter. That's a funny thing. All right. I mean, it is lighter. So let's just create our own reality. That's all we need to do. All right, my beautifuls. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in your readings. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aries. We got Spirit Guardian of Winter Retreat. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, go for that cabin weekend. Go to the spa in the winter, you know, like go do ice diving or ice bathing or whatever it is. Don't have to do all of that, but this is feeling it's time to take some time for yourself. I almost feel like this bubble, for me, it's like take a step back and stay in this bubble here, this protected bubble, and look at everything that's been going on with you in the past year, and try to see it with different eyes, kind of thing. Try to find a different perspective, find the good in what has happened, even if it's been really like energetically low. Retreat to me is just like, it's like take that relaxer, take some time off this week just to take care of yourself. So, all right, so if you didn't listen to the first part of my blurb, I talk about how I'm doing astrology and tarot in the reading. So the first astrology card is part of fortune increase. So I'm not very familiar with the part of fortune in astrology, but what I do know is Fortuna is the Roman goddess of this destiny and beauty, and she's the daughter of Jupiter, which is the god, Roman god, or the planet as well, of abundance, luck, and destiny as well. So it's very interesting. And I'm gonna have to read a little bit because I'm not 100% and I want to give you the right reading. So let's see what this has to say here. When the part of fortune turns up in a reading, it means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you will have your success. It's nice. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend upon the surrounding cards. You may want to take advantage of this time of easy flow to resolve conflicts. It is time to heal this toxic situation which has been so difficult to overcome. That sounds like you, Aries, actually. It's also a desire to fly is strong at the moment, which I kind of like that. And also for like romantic relationships, it has this feeling of destiny, that you're fated to be with each other, and it's really hard for you to like let go or even to work together, because there's this strong like magnet holding you down, holding you together. But it's also this once you learn the lesson, it's time to let go as well. So there's a really very destiny at play here. So what else do we have? In the present, we have Mars, which is your ruling planet, which is a take action. Like the 5 is change, it's force, which is kind of beautiful. Like it's time to stop, perhaps stop, like, because this is also the flow, right? It's getting easier to flow, but also it's that like you're holding on to like something that's been fated, something that's supposed to, like, a lesson, basically. I feel like this is a lesson for you, but now it's time to take action. So let's see what the challenge is. The challenge is the devil. You never bore me. Ever, Aries. The devil is a Capricorn energy, but the devil being a challenge is that perhaps, let's say in a relationship, I'm just taking that as an example. So this very, like, it's, I almost feel this energy, what it is like you, that if you're in a relationship or if you've been with people in your lifetime and you're single at this moment, this could also be like pertinent to you to better understand. So it's like almost like you came together with your partner, or you came together with your husband or wife or whatever, like the magnetism was strong, the attraction was strong, and that's why you're together, because it's just like you were destined to be together. And now it's a moment to take action. The devil is a challenge, means that you're having a hard time leaving this energy, like unlinking from that energy, because it's almost like the devil card is like an obsession or an addiction, or it's manipulation, ego, there's a whole bunch of things, but it's attachment as well. So it's almost like you're attached to this. And I said relationships, but it doesn't have to be a relationship, because you're attached to a job, you're attached to a project, you're attached to a person in your life. There's someone that, you know, like you, oh, this is a job for me, I feel it in my bones, and this is what it is, and now you're like, it's not very healthy for me right now, or something like that. I feel that is the energy showing up here. And it's time to leave, cut yourself. It's time to, like, cut, not to cut yourself, cut this relation, the ties, or change the project, change the career, or change something. Mars is just freaking action. It's divine masculine energy. It's asking you to go full force. Don't even think, and start to do. But your devil is saying, no, coming in saying, no, you have to stay longer. You have to, like, you have to. Right? No, they're like, it's almost like teasing you with like addictions. Maybe it's like, oh, like, just drink a glass of wine kind of thing, and forget about it. Forget the fact that you need to maybe leave this situation. You know, this is that teaser, that like, the temptation. That's what I'm feeling the devil is for you right now. Come on, you know, if you leave, are you ever going to find another relationship? If you leave, are you going to find another job? You know, that kind of, are you going to leave? And that kind of, that is it. And the Mars is like, yo, Aries, stop feeding into the devil. Stop feeding into the lies, into the illusion. Stop feeding into what the other person wants, what the other people want in your life, whether it's like a relationship, whether it's a boss, whether it's whoever it is. They're like clouding your judgment with like frills and with like, you know, money and status and gifts and what have you. With sex, you know, it could be anything. With love, companionship, it's just feeling of manipulation. Wow. Okay, at the root of it is the Emperor. Oh my God. The Emperor is Aries, which is you. There could be two things here. The Emperor could be you, like being stubborn and bullheaded and staying in this destined relationship, staying in this path that you find yourself on that's very uncomfortable right now, and you're fighting against the devil. You're like two fucking Capricorn and Aries, two like strong. Doesn't have to be Capricorn and Aries, by the way. It's just that these are the signs. But there's this feeling of you like almost like you're like roaring, you know, like you're too proud, like the lion is, to admit defeat, let's say, or to admit that you're wrong, or to admit something, that no, this is not what's happening. I'm not being manipulated into this. It's because I want this. This is that feeling but you are. You're falling for something here. You're falling for like an old trick kind of thing. You're falling for, there's a game at play with the devil here. You need to be careful, Aries, because Mars is like the planet of action, right? Of making that move. It's like a now or never kind of thing, and you're holding on, Aries. Or it's control energy, you know. Emperor, it's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna prove to everyone that I can make this work. I'm gonna prove everyone that I chose right in the first place. That kind of energy. And the devil's like, yeah, of course, yeah. And we're gonna feed off of that energy. We're gonna continuously like caress you and like, you know, what is that? We're gonna stroke your ego. That is this. So it's kind of an interesting time for you here. What's coming? Oh God, it's so perfect. It's the Chariot. The Chariot, people, is moving. Getting up on a chariot and making a move. Getting out of this situation. Moving the city, moving the country, like even like getting like, or changing this situation like mucho rapido kind of thing. Changing it like take a different path. There is this need to step away from this manipulation here. I really, like, I don't even know all of your situations, but I almost feel like this is like a game being played by someone in your life, keeping you in your emperor, like stroking you, like, oh yeah, you're the best. Oh yeah, I really love you. I really want to stay with this. Oh, this is, you know, like that kind of energy, like it's playing the game around you. I just need you to be careful, Aries. Because all your cards here speak of making moves, like in the now. Like the Mars is like, there's no time to waste, and the Chariot is the same idea. Get up there and make your move. You've been wanting to make this move for a long time. I'm not saying that you need to move out of a relationship. It doesn't have to be a relationship only. It could be like something in your life that's keeping you down. Something is someone in your life is keeping you in fear to make a next move, and while they're keeping you down in this anxiety and this fear, they're like stroking your ego, and they're like, oh yes, you're the best, and they're gifting you with things, and they're, I don't know, there's a very interesting energy happening here, but it's time to go, time to make a move. It will be a very successful move, by the way. Like the Chariot is success and victory. It's like you're, I almost feel like you're moving towards hopes and dreams coming true kind of thing. You're needing to, some of you are being held back by this old energy of the devil. It's keeping you in on an old story, an old past. It's finished. The future is the 12th house, which is escape. The 12th house is the Pisces energy. Escape. I mean, I thought about it differently, but now I think about it like, oh my God. Definitely it's an escape button. Let's go. Get on the Chariot and leave. It's also escape is like, some of you are so stuck in this linear world here with the devil and the emperor. They're keeping you in the box. Escape is like, it's time to step into your heart, into your spirituality, and to go more into that. You're too living in the lower ego. You're too much living here, like and which makes you live in the past energy, and keeps you at bay with the manipulation around you, and it keeps you like, okay, keeps you thinking, right? Keeps you like, oh my God, I can't trust anybody, I can't do this, and no, kind of thing. And all your cards, it's so beautiful energy here. You're like, get up. Like if Mars, right? You always think about, for me, it's a gladiator. You get up on that thing and you got the chariots. So it's like the gladiator needs to get up on the chariot and needs to escape whatever it is that's holding you back. It's time to surrender. Let the devil play their games on their own, because you don't have it. You're not going to play in the games anymore. Finish. Doesn't matter that you're the emperor and you want to get the last word in. Doesn't matter that you want to be the top of the jungle and the king of the jungle. Doesn't matter anymore, because we're all kings of jungles. We're not one is more than the other kind of thing. The devil wants to keep you there and will continuously manipulate you to keep you there. And manipulating, in a sense, keeping you in a relationship, but even if you're not in a relationship, keep you stuck, keep you by boosting, you know, boosting your ego and boosting your, like, I don't know, girls and boys, but there's some really strange energy happening here. And it's almost like you're having to do the work by squashing your emperor, this emperor energy that wants to win all the time, that wants to be on top. It doesn't matter. It's not about winning or losing anymore. It's about not being around this energy, by forgiving it and releasing it from you, like not even having it in your surroundings anymore. We're not here to fix people either. So your advice is creation. It's kind of a, I don't know, gives you kind of the same energy here. It's like creation to me is create your own reality. You are divine. You are the sacred spark of this world. Have you forgotten that? I feel like you have, because you're stuck in the linear dealings of this world, of the he's manipulative, and he's because of him I'm like this, or because of her I'm like this, because of my boss I am not, because of it. You're like blaming and shaming everybody else around you, instead of really like looking deep inside and saying, hey, I'm done. I'm freaking God's self. Would God do this to people? No. He would forgive, or it would forgive and would release. And that's it. It's time to start living your life again, Aries. Start to get inspired. I just feel like some of you are needing to make a change in your life. And escape is not like escapism. Escapism is not the best thing either. I don't feel like you need to escape into like the la la land of the world. You need to step into your heart. Pisces is stepping into your intuition and start really listening. You're not listening. You're not listening here. You're allowing people to direct you and manipulate you a little bit, because you're so gung-ho on winning. Wow. There's some real big action that needs to be done here. But anyways, like I said, it's a general reading. It doesn't have to be every Aries. And also, you're not the only one in this whole like astrology that has to like is being manipulated or being controlled or whatever. So, but in this reading, it feels very strong. It's time to make a move. Some of you, it's actually to move country or city or whatever, like to move out of a home, move out, or move into a new home, perhaps move into something. But, or it's like even just out of the energy, this manipulative energy that's around you, to step outside of that and to like start living your life the way you want to live your life. That's how I see it. Okay, so I'm just going to give you, I brought out the angel answers. I just feel like giving this to you. these are yes or no's, or they're like timelines as well. So just be very open-ended about your questions. So here is the answer. Within the next few months. So if someone needs to move, this is the answer. All right. I'll give you another one. Okay, another one. And that's it. Oh my God. That's your second answer. So basically, there's a really interesting message going out to one of you. Within the next few months, this gotta be done. All right, Aries, I love you so much. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, in January, I'm giving away 1 question reading, so leave a comment below, and I will pick you next week. Have a beautiful week. Make the moves. Mars is here to help you through this. Let's go, Aries. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Taurus. We got meandering pathway, flow. So as I said on Instagram and Facebook, this is beautiful wizard here, and he's looking at a path and has twists and turns, and there's like branches in the way, and there's like trees as obstacles, and there's like but there's a light at the other end of the tunnel. It just feels like the flow is a beautiful energy, but for me there's like been a lot of like perhaps obstacles coming or realizations perhaps that have happened in your life. Like things have happened that have made you feel sad perhaps, or made you feel like question your life, or made you question your decisions and stuff like that, and you're like, and it's like, yes, we're testing you, Taurus. You just need to continue the path. Even if the path takes you a little bit jagged over here, continue it. And that's the flow. Like it doesn't always have to be a straight line flow, right? There's like tests and blockages and detours all along the way. So I just feel like there's a really beautiful message here for us. Yes. So I'm doing astrology cards and tarot. So my first astrology card is the Saturn return. Age. So, am I 100% familiar with astrology? I am not. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book what Saturn return really means. Saturn is the lord of karma. Saturn returns are all about correction. Saturn corrects any area which isn't based on reality. It might be romance, business deals, educational paths, partnerships, or marriage. This card is pointing something out to you that may not have been genuine in the first place, and that should probably be let go. Whatever is shaking your life won't last and probably isn't meant to. Wow. Okay. You will not be given a pass, and the matter in question will not progress as easily as you might want it to. But more positively, this marks a time when things are solidified. Whatever you accomplish currently will have permanence to it. You will have worked hard, and your hard work will pay off, gradually growing more successful over time. Interesting. You may feel a sense of time running out. So interesting. So it's like almost like it's a little bit like this path. Like you've hit a jagged edge, you've hit that detour, and it's like, why are you continuing with this? Like, why are you in this relationship? Why are you still studying this? Why are you working at this job if it's not bringing anything in return? Why you keep doing the same thing over and over again? You're going to hit the jagged edge every single time, kind of thing. And that's what this card is. Well, sounds a little like Taurus. Like always so stubborn and needs to like, no, I'm going to forge a new path. And then you end up always at the same path, right? So this is a little bit of a wake-up call for some of us Tauruses that need to pay attention to those detours a little bit. In the current, we have Saturn, truth. So Saturn to me is the father planet, right? Like Venus is the mother planet, and this is the father planet. It's like boundaries and limitations. Saturn follows the rules, kind of thing. Let me read what Saturn has to say, because while we're here, Wow, man. I'm going to read this. It's so hilarious. Saturn in astrology is often referred to as the god who ate his own children. Because the energy of this planet seems to show no mercy, which is right. But Saturn is not exactly cruelty. It simply points out what is true and cuts away what is delusional or no longer useful. Know that you're being challenged. It is time to make it or break it. Life may seem harsh and restrictive. You are facing an enemy who may be yourself. Saturn shows us that at times it is our better interest not to have those things we want, and that if we were to have them, they could lead us to our destruction. Wow. Saturn is also power and control, manipulation and ego. So this is a very interesting energy showing up for us, Taurus. So there's a little part of us that is being stubborn about and holding on to something that I think it's not perhaps, that is not right for us. So what is the challenge? Let's take out these cards. The challenge is the Queen of Wands, which is like an Aries or a fire sign in your life, but it also could be you. I mean, it's not the Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Wands is that divine feminine energy. Could be a mother, actually could be a female in your life, could be a mother, a daughter, a best friend, a partner, could be that. But the Queen of Wands is this very extroverted queen, nurturer as well, the life of the party kind of queen, bearing control, Aries. And the Saturn is all about control. So it's very interesting. It's like it could be someone else in your life, or if it's you, it's like you are really trying to control your life instead of going with the flow. Because in reverse, the Queen of Wands could be vindictive and vengeful. It could be very not sweet at all, right? And that's why I feel like this is very interesting here with Saturn, limitation, holding on tight, facing the truth of the situation. And she's like, if she's you, you're having a hard time with facing that truth. If it's someone else, they're like making very uncomfortable for you. So this is not a very comfortable time for you, Taurus. You're being faced with uncomfortable truths. You're being faced with things that haven't been working out in your life. It's almost like at the beginning of this, I do a blurb, and in there I said how we're being tested. I think your Taurus is being tested this week. Like it's time to peel away those layers. It's time to really look at your conflicts in your life and say, why do I keep hanging on to this relationship, this job, this school, this person, this friend, this family member, whatever, this belief system, whatever it is, there's something you're holding on to really tightly. It's as Saturn, Saturn is that power that makes you feel sane, but it doesn't actually. It's like keeping you locked. And the Queen of Wands could be fighting for you as well, but I feel like you're coming up against this energy, and it's not. Okay, let's see what the root is. The Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins is work, career, but also the Eight of Coins is your stability. The money. It's money. It's like there's like a jar, a mason jar here with like coins inside it, and candy, or maybe eggs of bird. But there's like this feeling of, that could be interesting. Maybe it's you're stuck here because you're afraid of being financially unstable. Perhaps your job can't sustain yourself enough. Maybe you need, like, I'm saying this in a relationship right now. Let's say if you're in a career, like you're not making enough money, so you feel restricted. And it's like the Queen of Wands could be holding over your head, or it could be you or shooting down yourself and making your ego you know, the Queen of Wands in reverse is like she's like shooting herself down. Wow, Taurus, I didn't expect this at all, this reading. There is definitely a truth that you are hiding, repressing, that you're not willing to look at in your life. And definitely Queen of Wands is trying to bring this up to light for you. Or again, like could be you shooting yourself down. But definitely there's like financial stability involved here, or your job. Like it's not enough for you. And that's why you're staying in the discomfort. It's like uncomfortable for you to even like wrap your head around it, kind of thing. I don't know if it's making sense to you. It's making sense in my head though. What's coming is the star, Aquarius energy. The star is hopes and dreams coming true. The star is the healer. The star is this new age of Aquarius. It's like almost changing the way you're thinking. The star is completely different from Saturn, right? Star is the planet that rules Aquarius is Uranus. Uranus is like the freaking rebel planet, right? Who doesn't follow, is totally opposite of Saturn. Like Saturn, almost I feel like you're sticking your feet in the mud, and you're choosing to stay in the mud, kind of thing, because it's just more comfortable to stay there. And because if you get outside of that mud, then that means that there'll be a change in your finances. There'll be a change of like you'll have to work harder, or you'll have to like there's going to be a change in something of stability of sorts, and you're not ready for that, Taurus. And the star is like, yo, it's time. It's time to be you can be a game changer too, Taurus. It's time to start trusting in yourself. You are someone that is like a chameleon. You can survive in any form. You've done it your whole life. Stop playing in this box, the Saturn box. It's not working. It's time for change. And the Queen of Wands is almost like keeping you in the box as well. Keeping you afraid. Like, how are you going to make it? How are you going to do it? I don't know what the situation is, but there's a feeling here that you're being almost led back into the box every time you want to step out. And the star is like, nope. Change is yours. Like, take the path. Like, Saturn energies and the Queen of Wands in reverse is like when you hit that jagged edge, they would be like, no, just go back. Or just stay there. Stay under the tree. Don't continue, because continue, you never know what's going to come. And Aquarius is like, continue with the flow. The flow might not be linear like they are, but it's time to make a change. There's definitely something needs to change in your life, my beautiful Taurus, for you to see something. Like you're playing a like you're playing with your life, kind of thing. You're playing with your destiny, is what I feel here. And it's like up to you to stand up here and release yourself from this these boundaries and these limitations that you have put on yourself. And there could be like, it could be someone in your life putting you down, but like I said at the beginning of this reading in my intro, no one has the power over you. You are the power. So it's time to tap into that, to tap into these Aquarius energies, step outside of this box and start doing things that are outside of your normal, which is in the box, Wow. The future card, oh, this is so amazing, is the South Node. So if you've listened to me ever in the past, I've talked about the North Node and the South Node. So the North, like if you picture a dragon, the North Node is the dragon head, and the South Node is the dragon tail. North Node is where you're going towards, what's coming for you, and the tail is what you're leaving behind. And this is like life's debts, money. So it's kind of interesting. You're leaving behind this restriction, this like whatever's keeping you restricted in the box. It's not working, Taurus, for you anymore. We're in a new energy, and you're feeling it, and you're just like skirting around in it, you know, like you're in that, and you're like, no, I'm gonna stay in the forest. The forest is leading me to the water, but no, I'm gonna stay in the forest. I'm gonna stay by the tree because I'm comfortable by it. And the Aquarius and the South Node is like, no, it's over. You need to let it go. Unless you want to stay in the little box, that's up to you, right? I'm not here to change that. But there's like, stop being afraid of money. Money's abundance is yours. I keep saying it every week. If you attach yourself to not having enough, then you will always not have enough. Let that go and trust. The South Node is like very pertinent right now because it's that release of that old energy and moving into this new energy, which is the age of Aquarius. We are in the rising of the age of Aquarius. It's time for change. It's time for something completely new because you're holding yourself back in that old story of yours, that this is how I used to make money, and this is I've been with this person for 20 years, and and then it's very comfortable for you. And we've talked about this before, and it's showing up again, but this time it's like this. The only way to heal yourself, Star, is to let it go. So I don't know what it is that you're holding on to, but it's time to continue that path. Put to bed whatever it is in that little detour, and then continue on the path. Because your final advice, wow, beautiful, is I can't see it, the Lua moon? The egg moon. Egg moon. Trust. I mean, trust in yourself. That's all it is. Trust that whatever is being presented to you on this path is the right choice for you. Trust that even if it feels uncomfortable, for me, I always say, when it feels uncomfortable, that's the time to pay attention. That's the message coming from the divine, from you, from your higher self. It's like, okay, if you're feeling uncomfortable, it's because it's time for you to change the path. Time you to shut something down, to start a new course if you're in school, to start a new industry, to do something that's very outside of your norm. Taurus. All right, my beautifuls. So I'm going to give you astrology answers here. Angel answers here. So think of 2 questions. I'm going to give you 2 answers. Yeah, okay. So first answer is a no. The second is a yes. It's pretty clear, right? So there you go. You got the no and the yes, which is very rare to come out. So Taurus, I don't have to repeat myself again. Step outside of that box of yours. It's not working. Whatever it is, you keep hitting the box, you keep hitting the corner, you keep doing the same corners all the time. It's time to step outside, or even to break a hole in the box and go through it. Saturn is here telling you it's time. I love it. All right. I love you. Check your rising in your mind, in your moon for other messages. And as usual, every week in January, I'm going to be giving away a 1-question reading. So just leave a comment below and I'll pick you next week, hopefully. Have a beautiful week. Time to make some changes. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Gemini. We got Moonlight Enchantment Magic. That big ass full moon. I love it. So magic is in the air. I mean, when I think magic, I think us, because we are magic, right? So the fact that it's showing up here is that some of you might not be seeing your magic. Some of you might be wallowing a little bit with this full moon, like dealing with some really massive heavy energies perhaps, or some of you are tapping into your magic. You have a 2-5, it's a 7 energy. 7 is to 2023 is this year of remembrance, this year of tapping into your magic, tapping into your like enlightenment and your spirituality. Just it's time to howl to the moon. Let's just see what's going on with you. So I'm using astrology cards, and your first one is Venus, love. That's always good to have show up. Venus is the planet of love. It's a planet of relationships. It also could be the planet of money. So it's showing up here just speaks that maybe some of you are starting a new relationship, maybe a new relationship with self, learning to love yourself, to go within. Because we always think love, it's all about a partner. It doesn't always have to be that. It could be you. Let's just see the other cards. Oh, beautiful. You have Chiron, which is an asteroid. It's healing. So lots of self-healing and self-love going on here for you. Again, it doesn't have to be self. It could be in a relationship, but there's, I don't know, to me it feels like a you thing. The challenge is the Empress. Dude, that's interesting. The Empress is ruled by the planet of Venus. It's a Taurus Libra card. But in reverse, as a challenge, could be a woman in your life that's challenging you right now. It could be a maternal figure, could be a mentor, could be anyone that's a feminine energy, and it could be a man with a feminine energy as well, by the way, because we all have feminine and masculine, right? So there's just this feeling here of that this is like the lack of, like a relationship struggles. It could be a lack of self-love. It could be lack of resources, since the Empress is Taurus Libra, which is relationships, money. It could be infertility. Maybe someone is having a hard time getting pregnant. But definitely, like, the Empress is like a mother or like a woman in your life that is giving you a hard time. That's what I feel like is happening here. There's someone in your life that is like interrupting this self-love, self-healing process that you're in. You could also be like completely depleted from helping other people in your life. Like, you're a nurturer, you're someone who was always helping others, and there's this part of you that's like, yo, I'm done leading your way, I'm done guiding you, I'm done, all of it, kind of thing. That could be that feeling with this healing love. And the root of this is death. It's a Scorpio energy. So the transformation, change, ending an old cycle, moving into something new. Could also be a literal death in your family that has got you changing your perspective on life. Could be could very well be you on this new, like a new path, like you're on a new journey. You're it's like you're ready for change in your life, and you are working on yourself, and yet there's someone in your life, could be like a female, it could be a male, whatever, that is deterring you, kind of thing, from that path of yours. It's a little, I really feel like there is some sort of struggle within your relationships, like almost dimming your magic, right? Dimming your light. I don't know, this death card keeps looking at me, and I feel like perhaps there's someone that has left the earth in your life, or someone might have left the earth many eons ago or years ago, and that is where you're headed at right now. You're in this process of grieving her or him, and you're healing that part of you. And perhaps there's like a mother energy around you saying, okay, enough, get over it, kind of thing. There could be that. It's just very specific. But there's a feeling here that you are dealing with an old, like, grief. Some grief. Some of you are dealing with grief. Usually I don't look at the death card as that. I usually look at it as change. But I feel like maybe it's this old self of yours that wants to come up. And you're in this process of like, no, I need to hone in on myself. It's all about me. And then this old, and the Empress is that old energy, like that your parent energy, or like a could be a controlling, because the Empress, the Emperor, the both, that kind of energy. I just feel like you are you're being held down, you're not being given the time to nourish yourself. And perhaps it's like grieving like a person, or grieving your old. And it's fine to grieve your old, like we need to say goodbye to it, but we have to like filter it through our bodies. So that's where it's really interesting. What's coming for you is the Nine of Coins. The Nine of Pentacles, which is, as you can see, it's all these like blooms of coins. It's like money, abundance coming your way. But Nine of Coins is more financial independence. It's like you having to go through this little struggle that you're going through right now, which is a very emotional struggle to me here. Emotional, mental, but very heart-centered struggle that you are trying to almost do alone. And you have like someone controlling, almost manipulative, trying to like, no, I'm going to help you. No, kind of thing. That there's that energy here too. And you're going to break free of this. And you're going to step in your own. Money's going to come, but it's also like a new path in career, a new new way of making money. It's something new because you're moving away from this old energy, Gemini. But the Nine of Coins, it's always about money, but it's also this like this new lease on life, a new way of looking at life. Like here you're in the process of feeding your soul with love and healing, and the Nine of Coins is like, yes, I'm going to reward you with this. But first we need to release this energy from this control energy, this manipulation energy, like that mother energy, it's that wants to take control of your life, right? A lot of mothers do that. But it doesn't have to be your mother. It could be another person in your life that is relevant to this, that is supposed to be the nurturer and is not. And again, this death card to me is something that needs to be changed. You're in this process of change, or it's like grieving a person or grieving yourself. I love this reading. In the future is the water element. It says sensing here, but the water element is all about emotions. It's all about healing. Again, it's a star card, but it's about water is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Water is all about tapping into your magic, into your intuition, into like, I really feel this is I'm not sure if last week was a personal journey, but this is a personal journey for you, my beautiful Geminis. You're learning how to love yourself completely, unconditionally, and authentically. And then there's people around you that are not really appreciating that part of the healing journey for you, because they want you to stay in a certain line. The Empress. So it's not, most of the time it's not malicious. Most of the time you just don't understand. It's very linear, right? So for you, you're expanding yourself here, and you're moving into something completely new. You're moving away from the way you used to do things, the way you used to love, the way you used to heal, and you're tapping into something new. And it's going to bring you abundance, and it's going to bring you more joy, and it's going to bring you more freedom. It makes sense that the Empress is here in reverse and challenge mode, because there's that restriction coming from someone that's like, no. Why are you doing it like this? And it's like, you like, yo, let me do what I need to do, because the water in the future is like, either it's a take more baths or showers or swim, go to the water, put your feet there. Like, it feels like bless your water when you drink it, bless your water when you wash your face. And it's like establish more of that connection with water, but it's also more than just water. It's like healing yourself. And so go to maybe some spas, baths, that kind of thing. Or start to tap in more and more, because your soul has many messages for you. Your final advice is patience, which you don't have. It's really interesting. And the full moon is here, which is all about releasing yourself from old energies and moving into something new. So I kind of like this with this red balloon. 99 red balloons. If you don't know that song, then you're young. So I like it. I like this energy here. It's just it's almost like you'll be flowing with this new moon in Aquarius. And unfortunately, like everybody else, we all have these other people in our lives that just want us to stick to a certain way of being and doing. And you're like, I'm a Gemini, first of all, and second of all, I need this time alone to release myself from this old. Again, though, there could be, like, if I take it really literal, that some of you have been trying to make babies, and there's a little delay, and there's definitely a relationship struggle here because of you wanting to do some of your own personal healing. And there could be some struggles because you are grieving someone, and other people around you are like not allowing you to properly grieve. But whatever it is, there is a sense of freedom here for you, Gemini, that's coming out of this. So, like the advice card says, to be patient and allow things to fall into place, even though you have these freaking energies around you wanting to like change and do things their way. It's that kind of domineering energy that I'm feeling. Do you, Gemini? That's what I gotta tell you. So let's pick two questions, and I'm going to give you two answers from these angels. So they're yes, no's, or they're timing, or they're just advice. So be open-ended about them. So the first is reconsider. So it could be a good thing. And number 2 is within the next few months. So those are the answers to the questions. Time for more self-care if you're not caring for yourself, time for some loving and healing. There is a chance also, I didn't like it, there could be a lover coming in, or a new relationship coming in for you, but at the same time I still feel that there is a little bit of someone who's jealous around you, someone is in your way, so you just have to be careful of that as well. But there is like a new you coming in, that a new way of healing yourself is what I'm seeing here. So be patient about it. Abundance is yours. Like this change of direction, if you want to change your job, if you want to change something, then listen to the messages coming in, because this is you. Magic. Work your magic, Gemini. So check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, if you leave a comment, you'll be entered into the 1 question reading giveaway that I pick every week in January. So, my beautifuls, continue with the healing, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. We got Owl Spirit Wisdom. I mean, this card is gorgeous, by the way, with this owl spreading its wings and this little Red Riding Hood woman. Oh, she has fairy wings too. Beautiful. So it's like wisdom to me is something that we are heading towards listening to more and more. It's this to me, because knowledge is the lower ego. Knowledge is what you learn in books, what you learn from outside of yourself, and wisdom is something that's ingrained. It's inside you. And this is what it is. It feels to me. It's like Cancer, you're being asked to start tapping into you, tapping into that wisdom that's within you. When you ask a question, listen to it. Stop listening to tarot readings. No, but do this every week. Also, like, just trust yourself more and more. This is all I can say in this card. It's like, spread those wings. Like, the owl is the high priestess energy. She sits on her throne. She trusts herself completely. She trusts her connection to the divine. She doesn't need anyone else's opinion or anyone else's belief system to sway her. She just trusts. So interesting that Little Red Riding is here, right? She doesn't really trust herself. Doesn't she get eaten? No. Does she get eaten by the wolf or the grandmother? Anyways, whatever. Anyways, she trusts the wolf. So your first astrology card is the Void of Course Moon. Missing. So the Void of Course Moon is the moon travels through your zodiac cycle for 27 days. And at one point at the end of that travel, there's a point where the moon goes to sleep, kind of thing. And this is the void of course. It's like he or she is no longer is here, neither here nor there, kind of thing. So this is an energy of not taking action at all. It's going to sleep kind of energy. It's you're at a place in your life where they're asking you not to do anything. It's almost like a retrograde energy. Don't sign anything. Don't lend money. Don't look for a new job, kind of thing. Don't like that kind of energy. Don't try something new this week. It's interesting. Okay. So the current energy is the 11th house, which is friends. The 11th house is also an Aquarius energy, but friends, social life. It's like coming together with people. It's good. It makes sense. Like, don't do anything rash, or like don't make any rash decisions this week, but like socialize more. Do something together with people in your life. We need a little bit more socializing in our lives, right? The challenge. Maybe some of you are sleeping a little too much, cocooning away, and that's why this is coming out. It's like, maybe it's like do some, like, it doesn't always have to be expensive, you know, it doesn't always have to be money related. Just go out and do interesting things with your friends, go to the museum, like just talk in your room. It's kind of like connection. Your challenge is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. This could be like rules and obligations. It's like you're coming up against this Hierophant in your life. Could be the person, or could be that kind of energy. Could also be education. So maybe you're having or books or whatever. You're having, some of you are in school and you're spending, and you want, I don't know, I'm getting this message. So not every Cancer is in school, obviously, but the Cancer that is in school, it's like maybe put down your books this week a little bit. I know if you have exams or whatever, but put down your books a bit and just like more interaction with humans. That's interesting. You're like it could be that you've fallen into a rut this week. It also could be you're fighting against like family obligation. You're fighting against something that has to do with that, or traditional ways. Like you're feeling restricted in that. Hence the friends. Very interesting. There's a feeling here of like you're tired of following the rules. Maybe I said that already. Yeah. I like it. I like it. There's almost like an energy of calm and beingness. Like just enjoying life a little bit. The Hierophant feels riled up within me. Feels very like limited. Very like this is my way or the highway kind of feeling. Could be someone in your life like that, and it's like it's not working for you right now. So that's why you're like uneasy a little bit. So what is the root of this? Is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is that energy of relax, zen. Like what I said, I made up a new word called zill. It's like zen and chill. It's like zill out, people. It's this feeling of like, at the root of it, that's all you really want to do. You want to stay home and like have a glass of wine with your friends, like watch Netflix if you can, or whatever. Or just sit around with candles and talk to each other. There's that feeling here, and this Hierophant almost feels like someone or this limitation in your life, or this this like box feeling, this someone in your life wanting you to not, you can't do that, right? Like you can't be always like socializing with your friends. You got to be doing this, you got to be working, you got to be like a kind of like a dictator in your head. It could be you like always putting yourself in a box, and now it's time to like just this energy is like really beautiful. It's time to enjoy and relax, and who cares about the rules and it's like put down the rule book this week, Cancer, and just enjoy life. What's coming is the Hangman. Exactly, man. The Hangman is that. It's like just sitting back, doing some self-reflection, doing like if there's something that's bothering you here, which is the Hierophant energy, just like this restriction and this someone telling you what to do, this obligation, that feeling to me feels like that. It's like step back from it and look at it and assess it in your own way, but almost take a chill. The Hangman is Pisces. It's like, for me, it's like this, both of these energies. It's just like, if this week is, if you're at the beginning of this week, then find some time to go to the spa or like hang out and relax. I really feel like that is it. If you're going on vacation, then this is perfect timing for you, Cancer. Just enjoy. It feels really good to me. And the future is the 7th house, partners, which is like a Libra energy, which is relationships. So it could be a nice solidification of relationship. If you're in a relationship now, it just feels like maybe this is the time off that you need. This is a time that you need to like spend more time with these partners. Maybe there's a new partner coming in, right? And the new partner will come in when you're more relaxed instead of all stressed and having to follow the rules of everybody else around you, kind of thing. But this is good if you're single. This looks like a new relationship coming in for you. Maybe you've met through networking. Maybe you met through friends. So maybe we need to go out with our friends if you're single. And if you're in a relationship already, it just feels like a new bonding happening. But I almost feel like if you're in a relationship, there's probably some rules, like some obligations that you have within the relationship that is bringing you down, and it's time to like bring this up with your partner and saying, this is not working for me. It's not who I am. I just want to take a chill pill. Yeah, so this void, of course, is like, don't do anything. Don't take any action this week. So basically a chill week for you. You just have this little Hierophant to deal with. And it could be anybody in your life, or it could be just, the like this of life. Your interesting. Your advice is resistance. And that only speaks to me is you. You're resisting the chill. You're resisting it. You're wanting to like, you're holding, like stop holding on to this, to your notions that you need to do something else, right? Stop resisting or it will persist, right? Like let yourself go. It's more like please surrender, Cancer. Surrender and so what if you're lazy for 2 weeks? Who cares what everybody else has to say to you? It's time for you to just chill. Enjoy the time. Like work with your partners, whether you're in a relationship or not. Work with your friends. Like not work. Like I just feel like it's like this time of releasing yourself and just being. And like listening in here, instead of this, what is all resistance. This is Hierophant, like, no, you have to follow this and you have to be this, and how are you going to make money if you don't do this, and like that kind of like lower ego. And it's like, it's not, there's no lower ego in here except for your challenge and your advice. Stop resisting and start doing, my beautiful Cancer. Start listening in. I like it. So I'm going to give you some angel answers this week. Pick 2 questions. Pause if you haven't, because I'm going to just pull out the answers. These are all yes, no, or timing, or advice, so just be open-ended about your question. Oh, we got 3 questions. So 3 questions for you, don't tell anybody else. All right, so question number 1, reconsider. Question number 2, great opportunity, whatever it is that you're thinking. And question number 3 is a big fat no. So I hope these work and help you. And again, go with the flow. Be Cancer this week. And the new moon in Aquarius is asking for that, and just follow that kind of thing. Stop resisting, stop following other people's rules, stop following everybody. And do what you need to do. It's just a time to reconnect with friends. It's a time to reconnect with yourself. It's a time to start going within. Love this energy. All right, my beautifuls. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. And every week in January, I'm giving away a 1-question reading. So just leave a comment below, and I will get that out to you by the end of the next week. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Leo. We got renewal, frog spirit. So in this card, I mean frog. Every time I see a frog, I think like kiss the frog and becomes a prince. Maybe because I'm single, I don't want that to happen. But there's all these beautiful lily pads and this fairy just this feeling of rebirth, like birthing anew, is what we're doing right now in this collective, in this new earth, right? There's this feeling here that some of you are kind of finished and done with your old stories, your old projects, your old relationships, your old, like, it doesn't have to be old. It could be existing right now in your life, and you're like, you keep like hitting like, what is that terminology? Beating the same horse kind of thing, and it's like, what am I doing, right? That's that feeling I feel here. It's like it's time to kiss the frog and start fresh. That's what I feel. So let's see what's going on with you. Your first astrology card is the Libra, I balance. Libra is like the justice card. It's finding the fairness and the imbalance in your life. Perhaps you have been feeling off balance. That's exactly this renewal. It's like this is the past energy. It's like you're done with like feeling always like, what do I do? You know, like that's not a Leo trait. You know, we're usually like very, okay, let's do this and just jump into something. And I feel as of late there's been a lot of hesitancy and doubt on your end, and that's okay. So maybe Libra is also relationships, and it's a 19, so it's like a 1, 10, 1. So it's like a new beginning almost. And if you see, it's like, looks like someone freeing themselves, like feeling like, oh, it's like 2 people. I don't understand. There's another face over here. So it's like relationships, basically. So it could be relationships. There's an off balance in your relationships, or finding that again for you. Let's just look at all the cards, because Sagittarius, interesting. Your current position is Sagittarius. I see. So where this is justice, the Sagittarius is temperance, or it's the Wheel of Fortune. But interesting that these two in the tarot, justice and temperance, are both about emotion, like balancing. Like the justice is more balancing your mental, and this is balancing your emotional. So definitely something going on with you, Leos, that you are in a process of finding your equilibrium in relationships, in just in your life. And I know that I've heard from some Leos last week that are like, yes, I finally like drop my project and move into something new. I'm finally doing so. That's kudos to you, but there's still some work that needs to be done according to these cards, because your challenge is the Queen of Swords, which is a Libra, which is in your past tense, and now it's showing up here. And the Queen of Swords is a challenge, is that you're not being completely honest with yourself, that you're being very hard on yourself. I almost feel with the Queen of Swords here is like you're even not even telling yourself the truth, kind of thing. You're hiding from the discomfort of what is all this balancing act. You're could be someone in your life too, by the way, that is stabbing you in the back. The Queen of Swords could be that's being vengeful towards you, and that hence why you're like, what do I do and how do I get out of this business? I'm going to see what the root is so I can get it. The root is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is love. So it's relationships. So it could be a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship with your family. It could be a relationship with friends. Relationships are relationships. Could be babies, could be fertility as well. But for me, it feels like the Queen of Swords is truth, right? And it's maybe there's been a little bit of white lying within your relationship, a little bit of betrayal, or holding back the truth with your partners, with your friends, with your family members, and that hence why we're here in this state right now. Hence why you're like trying to figure your next move, trying to figure out how to, for lack of a better word, to balance yourself in your work, life, play kind of thing. Or if you're in a partnership, there could be someone lying to you. Like straight out lying to you. Queen of Swords in reverse. It's very difficult. It could be like a female with the queen. It doesn't have to be. It could be a male as well. But there's this feeling of betrayal when it comes to love, or betrayal, or like holding back information, or condescension. What's coming is a high priestess. Some really powerful energy you have here. It almost feels like you're, like, it could be also you're lying to yourself, like I said before, within a relationship, or with yourself about a certain situation, and that's why you keep, like, you're always in the same place, and you're trying to renew, and you're trying to change yourself, and you keep repeating the same old stories again. I kind of feel like someone is lying to you, so you be careful, Leo. I feel like someone around you might be being a little vindictive towards you, because they see you trying to work on yourself, you're trying to better yourself, and ultimately you are all full of love, inside, and there's someone around you like, I'm gonna bring this bitch down, or I'm gonna bring I don't like that they're trying to work on themselves, kind of thing. But what's coming is a high priestess, and the high priestess is saying, doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. It doesn't matter who's trying to bring you down, who's lying to you, who's betraying, who's cheating, or whatever. It doesn't even matter. Like, stop doing that to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop, like, continuously staying in the same position all the time. It's time to start listening to yourself. And I think we've always gotten this for you. It's time to trust yourself, Leo. Like, go back to that place of love within. Like, loving yourself, loving other people. That's who you are, Leo. You love. And you've kind of lost it in these past few weeks or months. And now you're trying to regain that again. And yet you still have this person around you, like, cutting you down at every inch. And it could be you as well doing that to yourself. So for me, high priestess showing up is like, it's over. You don't need to, like, be praised, and you don't need to be appreciated and admired to like move it forth in this new earth. You need to trust yourself and know that nobody needs to praise you as long as you love you. And that's all you need. Like the high priestess, she doesn't need any external. She trusts herself and trusts her every move. So the future is, oh wow, Scorpio, I transform. So what a beautiful, you got all three signs here. Like, Libra is a cardinal sign, Sagittarius is a mutable sign, and Scorpio is a fixed sign. So the cardinal sign is the first sign of the of your month. Let's say if you're in Aries, it's the beginning of it, and it's that initiator, like, I'm gonna start something new. And then the fixed sign is like, we're gonna take this project and we're gonna ground it, and we're gonna make something of it. And the mutable sign is like, yes, and after that we're gonna do whatever, we're gonna go and have fun. We're just gonna, it's a flexible sign. So you have them all here showing up in your reading. It speaks of you doing the full transformation. You like it's enough people taking advantage of you. It's enough you putting yourself down. It's enough being, like, cut down and shot down by people because they want you to follow a certain rule. And it's enough with, like, other people's opinions and belief systems being, like, put on you. It's like tap into the High Priestess and tap into the Scorpio energy. Scorpios are like sting. Time to make changes. The only person who can release themselves from these kinds of vindictive energies is you. Because you can complain all you want that she's like this and he's like this and that's what it is, and you can blame, and you can play the victim, which the Queen of Swords would love for you to play a victim. She wants to keep you down. I mean, in your challenge mode, because not normally. And then it's up to you to make the change. Let's be the Scorpion. It's time to sting a little bit. I love this energy for you, Leo. Your advice is release. Perfect advice. It's time to release yourself from the old. Release yourself from these people or yourself, your thoughts, your doubts, right? Release yourself. It's time to, I balance, I see, I transform. Sometimes you don't need to be in balance to be right? Sometimes you need to be off balance to see things clearer. And then you see, I see that I don't need to be completely in balance. I need to change, though. I need to make a change in my life. I need to step outside of this and step into my knowing and not get bogged down by this ever again. Or this week. This is really, I love it. I don't know what's holding you down. If there's someone around you in your life that is trying to push you back into the box and you're trying to move outside of it, and listen to yourself. It's like someone trying to keep you in a job that you can't stand, someone trying to keep you in a home, someone trying to keep you in the relationship that is not working. It keeps coming back with like different reasons why you should stay, and then you're like, okay, kind of thing. And it's like, start listening to High Priestess inside you. It's time for change. That's the message of the week. And I'm going to give you angel answers. So if you come up with 2 questions, I will give you 2 answers. The answers are yes, no, or timing, or just advice, like words. So be open-ended a little bit about your questions. First answer is let go. Release and let go. Question number 2, you're ready. Let's go. I like that. Let go and let's go. Let's do this, Leo. You, of all the signs, can do this. You can change. I love this. Okay. So check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, if you leave your comment below, you'll be entered into the 1 question reading giveaway that I'm doing every week in January. I love you a lot. Have an interesting week. Remember, you are the power that makes the change. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Virgo. We got the Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings. What to say about this card is just new start, new. Like if you are working on something and you're hesitating, just go for it. It's like this feeling of new relationship starting. There's just a fresh new start here. There's no blossoming because they've already blossomed, these flowers. There's just this, if there's something that you always wanted to do, it's like now. That is that feeling here. But let's look at your cards first. Okay, so in the past energy, we have the earth element, stability. You are part of this earth element, Virgo, Capricorn, earth. So think 38 is an 11 card. So things have been moving pretty efficiently, I would say, like in a timely manner kind of thing. Like things are slowly coming into place for you with this earth. In the center, is the Neptune, sacrifice. Now Neptune is a completely different energy than the earth energy, because earth is grounded, like a root chakra, and here is Neptune, which is a Pisces energy, which is like self-sabotage almost. self-destruction, but it's also moving into your knowing. It's also vulnerability. So, interesting energy here coming towards you, my beautiful Virgos. Let's see what's going on here. Your challenge is the Page of Coins. So, your challenge, like right away, it looks like two things to me. Money, school, or work. If I really take this, like I see that a lot of Virgos here are very financially stable. You work really hard. I know that you work really hard to get to where you are, and things just feel really good. Like there's no earth shaking here. But when you get to the present card, there is an earth shaking here happening. There is a vulnerability and a doubt. There is like a lot of uncertainty here for me. And the Page of Coins in reverse, the page is like these opportunities, financial opportunities, there's new things. It almost feels like if you're in school, let's say. She's reading a book and it's like perhaps you can't go into the course you want because of financial restraint, or perhaps you're in the wrong course. And you're just staying in it because it's something that you, I don't know. I feel like even work-wise, there's a feeling here that, is it really where you want to work? Is this really what you want to study? Are you doing it because it's just what you know, it's what you feel comfortable in? It doesn't look favorable to money here for financial purposes, so there could be a little bit of a setback, a financial setback, that will bring you into this self-sabotage mode, that you'll be like, oh my God, are you for real? I was so good and I chose a different path and now this is what's happening to me. That kind of feeling here is showing up. But do not fret. Let's see what the root of the card says. Okay, the Tower. The Tower. So some of you perhaps, like with all this here, it feels like some of you are going through separation, divorce. Maybe you're going through like a financial setback. Like some of you have are heavy in debt, perhaps, or you're making a change that's you're gonna make less money than you did before, kind of thing, and it's freaking the F out of you, Virgo, because there is a financial loss, or there is a change of direction that will make you feel unstable. There is that moment here, and then Neptune is like, yeah, let me just bring in more self-doubt for you. Let me bring in more of that escapism. Be careful here. When I say escapism, be careful of any obsessions or addictions that you may have here. Like if you perhaps drink too much, or smoke too much weed, or something like shop too much, whatever, eat too much, that could be coming up for you, Virgo, this week because of this my course is not really what I really wanted to do, or I really wanted to do this course but I don't have enough money for it, or this job is I didn't get my raise, I didn't get my promotion, I didn't get what I wanted to do, kind of that feeling that you're not getting what you really want. And it's because of this Tower energy around you. There's someone around you probably causing problems for you. It's like an opportunity that was a lost opportunity, an opportunity that you had and it was right there in front of your eyes, and now it's dwindling kind of thing, and then you're losing yourself in this lost opportunity, instead of seeing it as a detour, seeing it as a message or a test from the divine, saying, okay, if it's not working for you, it's because we have to show it in this way. This is not the right place for you. You need to change up something. You need to add something. You need to do something different, because you've always relied on this stability and like comfort and going with the flow and the lines of life. And the Neptune is like, yo, no, we need to like change things up here. And I'm gonna make you go deep down into your heart and deep down into the soul for this. We need to go soul level with this. And it's gonna be a little bit painful. It's gonna be a bit like a little bit of a soul searching moment for you, Virgo. And yeah, we need maybe to like hit you where it hurts, because that's what you work on. You work on money, right? And like comfort and like things that work in order. And we're gonna like disrupt that a little bit for you, so that you're like, yo, what's going on? That's what I feel is happening. Because what's coming is the sun. That's exactly what's happening here. You are being tested, Virgo, with huge, very uncomfortable, chaotic almost, and conflictual messages coming your way. Like disruptions in your life, obstacles, lots of tests that are like, but I put all my energy into this, and I knew I was gonna work. I worked so hard on this project. I'm working so hard, and it's just not going anywhere. And they're like, yeah, maybe it's going to go somewhere, but maybe you need to do something else. Or yeah, maybe you're so focused on the wrong thing, and that's why the money is not coming in. You're not trusting the universe, so the money is not coming in. You're not trusting the path. You're so like focused on doing something for someone else. I'm going to study medicine because this is what my parents want me to do, instead of, is that what you want to do? Because that's where we're at now. Like, what do you want? Like, are you doing this project from a place of love? Are you doing a project from the place of, I'm going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna, like, that's the feeling here. But what's coming is for you to, sunshine is coming. Reward, fulfillment, recognition, abundance, love. I mean, it's all coming to you. The sun also always speaks to me of maybe a vacation and the sun. Something is coming for you, but I think you're like Taurus, actually. Let's see if Capricorn is the same. Is you're being tested this week to see how resilient you are, and to see if you actually listen to the message that's coming in. If you are being pushed back, don't push against it to, like, because you're, in Italian we say testa dura, when you're hard-headed. You just have to go. Just like listen to the message that's coming in. Say, okay, maybe I'm in the wrong direction. I need to change direction. Because when you do, you're heading towards this. I really like this reading, actually. The sun, this one feels to me like you need to, like, maybe change your lifestyle, bring in some more sunshine. Go put your head in the sun, right? Your face in the sun. Eat better, healthier, more fruits, vegetables, tonics, maybe. Those like ginger shots in the morning kind of thing. Just change things up for you. I feel like you're bogged down by money here. You're bogged down by financial stress, and hence by being bogged down by that, you will, right? Because you don't trust. And in the future, you have a lunar eclipse, which is change, which is kind of nice. So it's almost time to like do like a flip, Virgo. I know it's very challenging for earth signs to do that, because they're so used to being this. Like, this is what I'm used to. I don't want to do anything. But you got hit by Neptune in the current position, which brought you down deep into your soul. And now the lunar eclipse is like, now that we've gone into your soul, and now that we've seen that this blockage has come here in this relationship or in this situation at hand, because you're not supposed to be in that job, you're not supposed to be in that class, you're not supposed to be in that thing. You're here to do something else. Let's bring you to the sunshine. Let's bring you to where you need to be. And you look back and you say, wow, man, why did I stick in that swirl and kept going over and over? Because I didn't trust. It's time for change. I really like this reading. Wow. And your advice is growth. I mean, it's all like making kind of sense. Like, it's like stability, like you're rooted to the ground. Neptune is like, let's not just go into the roots, let's go deeper in to like uproot yourself. We need you to get there again, right? And then the change is like, yeah, let's make the change. What do you want to do now that you've uprooted yourself? Now we're going to replant ourselves into the path that I need to be doing, into that job that I need to be doing, into that project that I need to be doing. I need to do something different. I need to change it up. I need to like start trusting that the universe has everything in order, that the finances will come to me when if it's the right decision I'm making in my life, or else the finances won't come and you're like, okay, it's not working out. It's time for make the change and you will re-blossom again, re-bloom. I really feel like this is it. This is a new beginning. But your old story needs to end. You're stuck in your old story. You're like going back and forth, and well, this is what I was making this money, and I did this before and it worked, and I was studying this. I've always wanted to be this and that, but what do you want to do now is the question. So let's go into the sunshine, right? The sunshine is like brightens up and shows exactly where you need to be. It's time to look out there. Always look inside, always listen inside, but it's time to like open your eyes and see what it is. Why am I being tested every step of the way? And you're going to be tested. The lunar eclipse, that's like heavy energy. The Neptune, you're going to be tested this week again. But this is the change that's coming for you is massive. So trust that change is going to bring you into this new beginning. Virgo, this is exciting. You're like, no, it's not. It's like, yes, it is. So I'm going to give you 2 answers from these angel answers card. Ask 2 questions, and the answers are coming your way. Virgo, 1 question, 2 questions. So, question number 1 is, if you haven't, don't cheat. Okay, question number 1 is a yes. Question number 2 is unlikely. Those are your answers. Hope that helped. And this is like a lot of change happening this week for every sign. So it's kind of exciting, but it's also very reflective, deep down in the soul kind of way. And remember, if there's ever a financial downturn or a setback, it's not a bad thing. Look at it with different eyes, because it means that it's not the right place for you and you need to go somewhere else, or you need to do something else. All right, I love it. I will see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, if you leave a comment below, I'm going to enter you in the 1 question giveaway that I'm doing every week in January. I love you, Virgo. I'll see you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Libra. We got Foggy Bog, Patience. So it's an interesting card. This card has showed up for Aquarius twice in the past. And as your fellow air sign, you have received it as well. So patience is the opposite of impatience, by the way. It's because you guys are holding and attaching to an outcome. And you want it fast, and you want it done now, and you want it done like yesterday kind of thing. And it could be in anything, in a relationship, and in a job, and travel plans, and just life in general. It just feels to me very anxious almost, right? It's like, but this, I think it's a heron. I keep saying it's a heron. I'm going to keep it to that. This heron is sitting in the bog, And like he's there because he wants to eat a fish, right? He wants to like have his dinner, but he can't see the fish because it's full like bog, right? Like cloudy fogginess. So he's waiting. He's sitting, waiting for the fog to lift. And that's where you need to be. I feel like some of you are in a rush to get something done, a rush to find your soulmate, in a rush to get this project rolling, you know, like nothing is in a rush, you know. Like if you're on this channel, then you know I speak weird, so we're all quantum time. There's no time at all, so there's no rush. Things will happen when they happen. And in our linear world, we think, oh my God, if I don't get this done by next week, in a quantum time, it could be done tomorrow or in next year, right? No rush, though. It's like it's not important. We're so stressed about these things, that things need to be done in a certain time. It's just letting it go and allowing things to happen as they happen, because they're meant to happen at the time. So I'm using astrology cards, and the first one is second house, owning. The second house is Taurus, which is security, stability, owning. So like financial like investments, owning a home kind of thing. So maybe some of you, this is related to your home, your business. Maybe you have a business or financial investments or what have you, a job, career. Maybe some of you wanting to buy a home or selling a home, but I feel mostly, yeah, I think it's that, something regarding that. Let's see what else is coming so I can see what. In your present situation, we have Jupiter, abundance. Nice card to get. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So here we have lots of financial security here. Like it feels like some of you might have just bought a property, or you're thinking of selling a property or whatever. It just feels right to me. Like if you're thinking of buying something, it feels like everything is working towards that for you. Let's see why you're impatient. Okay, so your challenge is the world. Interesting, which is a Capricorn energy. Your challenge is the world. The world is travel, moving. Interesting. Is the end of this journey that the Fool goes on. It's like, you know, at the end of the journey, the Fool takes the leap. He meets all these different lessons in his life, and he ends at the world, and he's like accomplished. But in reverse, like in a challenge position, is like maybe you're being too cocky about something right now. You're being very like standoffish. Be careful with that. There's a little bit of arrogance here, I feel. Things are going well in your life perhaps, and you're like, oh, okay, I have no problem. But it's like that's just surface level. So maybe be careful. With the world is a challenge. It's like your journey is not over yet in this situation that you're in. There's like another step to take. So don't think it's over and just wash your hands of it kind of thing. It's a Capricorn, so if it's in challenge position, it's a little feeling of instability here. Even though it feels like really good. But let's see what the root of this is. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is like if you don't know the meaning of this card and you see this card, it's like doesn't help you at all. The Six of Cups is like about someone coming in from your past. It's childhood, it's nostalgia, it's something like I wonder what this is. Maybe it's like an inheritance that has come in, and now you've inherited a home or property, and it's full, and it's like a very, like, it's going to be prosperous for you, but at the same time the world is in reverse, so be careful. So there could be something underlying. That's really specific, but there's a feeling of I don't know, there's something here, feeling something that you own. Maybe it's family owned, something that is family owned, like a maybe a house across outside of this country or your country, or a cabin, or it could be a family, it could be something you inherited a long time ago, and it's seemingly good, but at this moment in time there is your challenge. You can't get to it. That could be it too. You can't travel to it for some reason. There's something going on in your life that is disabling you from moving forward, but whatever this is feels really good to me. That's why. And it's almost like you need to get there. Let's see. What's coming is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the card right before the World card. This is the aha moment, the awakening moment, that like you moving into your mastery, you like seeing things like, I get it now. I get why I'm here. I get why I have never sold my family home for the longest time, because I can sell it now for a lot of money, or I get it because now I can move there, kind of thing. There's this something like that is happening. I mean, again, it's very specific, but it feels like that. Or doesn't have to be an old family home. It could be a recent. It could be now. Maybe someone has passed away, and this is coming towards you, or it hasn't happened yet, and you still feel like, I don't know, there's something coming towards you that is fully abundant, but it's not the right time. That's the World in reverse. It's like the journey is not over yet. So don't be cocky or arrogant about it, and like be patient. I'm not saying that you're cocky or arrogant, but that's that feeling the world has, that like, I got this, I got money coming to me, so fuck it, I'm not gonna like do anything. But it's almost like this is coming, so it's like you're gonna start to see something clearly about this situation with this Judgment card. Interesting reading. I love these interesting readings, because the future is the third house, which is a Gemini, which is messages, communication. The third house is also siblings. So maybe there's siblings or family involved in this, like property or this lot of money or whatever it is that's here, that's coming towards you, or that's already there, and you feel like you're set for life, kind of thing. There's just a little hiccup. That's what I'm saying. The World in reverse. It feels like there's something at play here that needs to be addressed, or needs to be paid attention to, or like ask yourself what's holding you back from moving to this country, or what's moving you or moving to this other home. Like, what are you holding on to? Are you holding on to memories? It's time to make a change. Like the Judgment is like, okay, let's like look at this opportunity you have. It's like the third house is like, it's so interesting. It's almost like buying and selling a home. Like communication. It's like, stepping into a financial investment, or with your brother, your siblings. It's just a very interesting reading here. And it's very specific. That's why I don't want to like stick to the specific of things, because it's a general reading. But I feel like that is, it's really based around this financial gain that is that is around you. Even if, like, let's say you're like, dude, I don't have any property, or I don't know anybody like that. There is where there was one stability in your life, there will be something coming. That's the feeling as well. But it's not, it's like the world in challenge is like, you're not even seeing it. Even if it's there, you're just like stuck in an old way of thinking. That could be another way of looking at it, and you're like, no, I don't have anything, right? But you do, because you're an abundant being of light, so you do have that. And it's like, change the mindset, because something is coming. Some of you are stuck in your old ways of thinking. Some of you are like, this is how you, like, you have to save money, you have to do, like, you're not like free with your money, so you're holding on, and it's like, just let go, because Jupiter's coming. It's like blessings are coming your way. You're holding back from moving somewhere, you're holding back from change, and the judgment card is like, okay, let it go. Let all this, like, be patient, let it go. Know that things are going to come your way with the third house. It's a 9, it's the end of a journey, it's coming in. Like, wait for these messages to come in. There's going to be lots of maybe you'll get an email in the next week, or a phone call saying, hey, by the way, your great uncle died and this is what's happening. Like, you got this property, and like, you're like, oh, nice. There's that kind of feeling here for me. Or siblings, something to do with your siblings. Maybe you're gonna go and buy a property with your siblings. It feels like a good sign to do it. It feels like a time to do something. This Gemini here, this third house. So this is an interesting reading, and your advice is darkness. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? So darkness is all about going inside. It's introspection. It's about self-reflection. So maybe the world in challenge position is because you are not seeing clearly a situation in your life. There could be something very lucrative before your eyes, and you're not looking at it in the right way, I guess. And it's time to look in and say, okay, start asking these questions within. I feel like the judgment card is saying, hey, there's like, look at this big eye is here. It's like, you say you have nothing, you say you're not, but you're fully like abundant, right? And now just look at things in a different way. I just feel like as soon as you do that, the blessings will start to come in for you. That's why it's just like this patience. It's just like you're working on something. It's like you're trying to create something that is already yours. So just let things come. The message is here exactly that. Trust in yourself. Stop being so like this, or stop being so arrogant as well. Like, stop being so like the world's Capricorn, Saturn, limited, putting boundaries up. Jupiter is completely boundaryless, right? It's expansive. It's like a little bit of changing to do with how you approach things in life too. It's like you're holding yourself back from something that could be coming in that's very lucrative. So maybe go do some self-reflection. All right, Libra. I'm going to give you 2 answers to questions. These are yes, no's, and timing, and 1 word like advice. Libra, please. Question number 1 and question number 2. Oh, it's the third person. It's the third time someone guesses. So if you don't have it, pause, but here is the first answer. Within the next few months. And then question number 2 is unlikely. All right, these are your answers. I hope it's helped you. But you have a very interesting reading this week. I can always go further into it if you'd like a private reading with me. But this is pay attention to yourself. Go deep inside and ask these questions, because something is coming your way, or something is already in your way and you're not seeing it. So I love you. I'll check your rising and your moon. Check your rising and your moon, and leave a comment below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe as well. If you leave a comment below, I'm going to add you to a 1-question reading that I do every week in the month of January. All right, bye. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. We got thicket of thorns, uncertainty. So this girl is walking into a forest of trees, Sabrina, but without leaves, like, so very bare forest. There's a beautiful white light, yellow light waiting for her at the other end. There's like a butterfly, a beautiful deer around her. So there's still hope, right? There's just a feeling of bareness, rawness. There's this feeling that some of you might be feeling a bit lost, be feeling a bit low right now, vibrationally, or just feeling very not aligned perhaps with people, and very a little bit weak in the sense, like, there's been such heavy energies. So Scorpio, you're going to the darkness of the dark, and some of you might be in that darkness moment right now, and it's okay. Let's just see what's going on with you. In the past, we have the Moon card, which is drowning in your emotions, going deep into the obscurity of life, going really like diving deep into your soul kind of thing, but in a I don't want to come out here, like very emotional, secretive. It's a divine feminine energy. There's a very soul to soul kind of. Some of you are going really deep into your work, soul work perhaps, but it feels very heavy, the energy. So let's see what else is coming in. Oh, your current is Aries, I am, which is the complete opposite of the Moon. It's a divine masculine energy. Aries is all about self, but it's a warrior energy. It's about action, doing, but it's also about like conquer energy, like making rash decisions, like boom, and the Moon is like, no, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna so it's so interesting that you have these two together. It's almost like this could be a relationship that you're having right now with, like, you could be feeling the this, and you could be, like, it could be you this and the other one, doesn't matter. It's just this clash of the titans kind of thing, a clash of emotions, fire, water, fire. Water puts out the fire. It's very like, it could be anything. It could be romantic relationship, it could be like a family, friends. There's a very, it's like it's super intense energy here, like headstrong, Aries and the Moon, like clashing, stubborn energies here. It could be you though, your multifacetedness, your multidimensional self, like fighting against yourself kind of thing. You're like, oh, I want to be this, and then your other the other Gemini part of you, not everybody has that, like that other angel or devil, whatever it is, comes out and saying, no, you have to do this, There's like a fight within yourself here. Your challenge is the Ace of Swords, which is an air sign, mental. It's like lack of clarity, lack of communications. You're having a hard time communicating within this relationship. It's like you're not seeing eye to eye. or there's like clarity within you, like you're being really hard on yourselves. Someone else is being hard on you. Could be. Someone could be like, oh, you're there again, or why are you feeling like this, and like, get out of it. You know, that could be that feeling, or this could be you completely in victim mode right now, and you're like, yo man, I don't want to be here, but it's like stronger than you, and you're kind of fighting with yourself. It could also be that you are like a swords energy. There could be like a misinterpretation that happened because you said something and someone misinterpreted you, and it's like that's why there's a conflict. Yeah, it feels like the Aries to me is like someone who speaks without filter, like just says things, and that's where you're at, and you're angry with yourself, and you're like yelling at people all around you. You're very moody, perhaps, with this moon here. You're saying things maybe that you don't really mean to people, and it's coming out very mean. But it also could be you, again, like you talking really bad about yourself, you feeling really shitty, and you freaking condescending to yourself. You're like keeping yourself down. Let's see, what's the root of this? I can't make this shit up, man. The King of Cups is a Scorpio. The root of this is you, man. The root of this is you. It's like you're so loving and giving to others around you, and then you forget yourself. You're so spiritually intuitive, and so you're so deep into your like intuition, or deep into your thoughts, into your heart, and then you lash out at yourself because you're not where you need to be, you're not where you're supposed to be, you're not like where everyone else is supposed to be, and then that's why you like fall into this like uncertainty. You're like, oh my god, oh, maybe I'm doing all this wrong. Like you're questioning yourself, you're doubting yourself, and your bipolarism is here. It's like your emotions and your Aries, like the I'm a warrior, fuck everybody, and I'm like, no, you know. It's very evident in the cards. It's insane in the membrane, actually. There's this like part of you that just wants to speak your truth, and then you're like, I'm gonna hide it and like repress myself, and then there's these outbursts of energy. I mean, we can't have two more opposite, the moon and the Aries. Like, but I mean, they work together. The sun and the moon works together all the time, right? So it's like, it's just finding that balance, and that is where you're trying to be. But you're being really hard on yourself, or you're being really hard on other people. I feel like you're. There could be some of you gossiping, just like, and it doesn't feel good for you at the end of it. But just be careful about that. What's coming is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a warrior as well, but the Knight of Swords is an energy of, like the Aries, like I said, like making rash decisions. But this is jumping into the opportunity, like making the change. Like instead of seeing these bare branches as a missed opportunity, or as a like an emotional downturn, it's like the Knight of Swords, like, okay, we're just gonna cut down the branches. Like he's not like, he's a thinker, it's a Gemini, but it's almost this Knight of Swords, I feel like it's just like, it's a proactive, let's do this. I'm not gonna get bogged down by this, because there is a lot of you being bogged down by something very intense right now. And it could be because you're always sponging off other people's energies, taking on everybody, trying to help everybody else in your life, and always forgetting about you because you're always too busy with everyone else. And then there's this part of you who's like, not only like are you taking on these people, but you're also like getting upset at yourself for doing that, but you still continuously do that. And the Knight of Swords is like, okay, like stop what you're doing. Why are you doing this because you need to feel validated and feel like that, or are you doing it from the bottom of your heart? Doesn't matter how you're doing it. It's stop it. You need to take care of yourself. Cut down the branches. Clear out the field in front of you. Clear out your field, your auric field. Get it clear. Let's get back to clarity. Now you're not clear. Now you're foggy. Now you're it's like a double-edged sword, the Ace of Swords in a challenge. It's like, do this or do, like, you know, like, I'm just trying to be nice to them, but you're ignoring yourself. Wow. The future is the solar eclipse, which only happens around new moons. There's a new moon in Aquarius this week, and it's revolution number 44. The solar eclipse is actually, I love it. It's an energy, and revolution is Aquarius, so this comes at an opportune time. Solar eclipse is swift action, quick things. You got to get things done. I love it. With this Knight of Swords showing up here, and they're both kind of the same colors, kind of cool. It's like this, stop wallowing in your pity, stop wallowing in this, your emotions. We know you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to feel through your emotions. But Scorpio, you have so much to give to this world. You have so much to give in this forest. Let's get up and do it. Let's clear these branches. Let's start a revolution. And we need you. Part of this, right? You need to make a big change, I think. That's what it is. There's a change that needs to happen in your life, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's like a job or whatever it is, like get a new job, like do something very out of your ordinary. But speak it. Express yourself. And try not to be angry about your expression of yourself, right? Like try to like speak in kindness, but speak the truth. Like you're repressing a lot here, I feel, Scorpio. You're not telling everybody what you feel, and when you do, it's very stinging, like the scorpion that you are. So it's almost like find that balance between you, because there's that very deep soul reflective introspective moon of you, and that Aries that comes out, you know, because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars rules Scorpio as well. So it's that Mars, like, I'm gonna be the leader of the pack kind of thing, and I'm gonna like show it. And so that's conflictual for you. Like you're like, yo, that's a lot of heavy energy. So for me, it's like clear those branches. I kind of like that analogy. Chop, chop, boof, clear the air. Start fresh, start new again. Solar eclipse evolution. I wonder if the card has anything to say here. Yeah, you could. It's time to end one chapter and start a new one. You may have felt something would eventually happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt, and you're reeling over the sudden change. This upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe, so you can embark on new territories or even venture into a strange new terrain. But it will be daunting. Of course it will, because it's Scorpio. All in all, when the solar eclipse card turns up, it implies you are being forced to make a decision to act on it. There will be no stepping away from it. Even though you may not have been consciously aware of just how much certain issues were not working, it's time to look ahead and finally resolve what has held you back. It's time to begin anew and start a new chapter of the book of life. I fucking love this. Sorry, I'm Scorpio, but it's so like exactly this. It's like your bipolarism inside you. Like, by the way, when I say that, don't get triggered by it, because we're all bipolar on this 3D world matrix. The duality of this moon and this Aries inside you is like coming to the forefront, I feel, and it's like making you the Ace of Swords is making you aware of it, and it's like, okay, let's make these changes. Because your advice, oh my god, is change. Like frickin' A, man. I don't remember these cards. It's amazing. It's all here. Change is who? Is you. Scorpio. Death card. So it's almost like I feel like you're all of this like heaviness that has followed you forever, for years. Remember that these signs are changing as well as we move into this newer energy. And it's almost like all of it is coming up for you. So you're being tested as much as Virgo and Taurus is being tested as well. A lot of people are being tested. Some zodiac signs are being tested this week. So it's all coming up for you to the surface, for you to like, all right, what is it that I want to work with and what don't I want to work with anymore? And it's the cutting away of it. Cut away the trees. Use that analogy in your head. I kind of love this reading. All right. I'm giving you 2 answers to questions from these angel answers cards. So their questions are yes, no, they're times, or they're also one-word advice, kind of. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, we got question number 1. The answer is choose a new direction. Question number 2, not the right time. But this is the right time, by the way. So it's time for change. It's time to address what is coming up, look at it, acknowledge it, love it, hate it, whatever you want to feel for it, but it's time to release it and no longer allowed to come back, kind of thing. Scorpio, I love you because you have an interesting readings. I love you also because you are in one of the deepest signs in this zodiac, and you know what, the clearings that you're going to be doing in your life, in your lifetime, in your now, are deep clearings. So when you clear something from your vessel, it's going to be clear more than other signs, because you go to the root, and it sucks, really does at the time of doing it, but you are cleaning out that vessel and continue doing the work. Change is coming your way. Like, the last thing I can say is stop giving so much of your energy to others around you. It's time to work more and more on the vessel. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Always share, like, comment, subscribe. If you comment this week, I'm going to enter you into 1 question tarot giveaway that I'm going to give every week in January. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. We got the beautiful bluebird spirit, happiness. I mean, I can't say anything about this card except for this card. Like, look at this card. It's like this beautiful cherry blossoms, the bird, there's a white horse, this number 7 card, which is 2023, this renewal, remembrance card, strength. But happiness is things are just starting to work out for you. You're starting to see things in a different light. You might not be feeling super happy, and this card is here, and it's like it doesn't matter, because things are, I feel like they're settling down around you. Beautiful. So your card is the first house, the body. 25 is a 7 as well. The first house is usually Aries. The first house, the body showing up here is health to me. So it's taking care of your body. So maybe it's January, and most of you it's a new year. So most of you are perhaps starting a new exercise regime, or starting to take care of your body, like eating, lifestyle change. That could be it. Also, the first house is starting a new chapter in your life, starting something new. So you could be starting a new relationship. You could be starting just like a fresh beginning. And this new moon in Aquarius is kind of that for you as well. I like this, Sagittarius. Like a fresh new you, like a return to your authentic self. In the current position, we have Pluto, transformation. So 11, Pluto transformation is, Pluto as a planet is destruction, change, right? So it's like almost a catastrophic, something has to happen in your life that will like completely change. I like it, actually. So your challenge is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords normally is this, you see this little fish is stabbed with all these swords, and swords are usually mental energy, right? But it's like worry, anxiety, stress, depression, guilt, manipulation, all of these things that are constantly in your life. But the fact that it's in your challenge position means that you are releasing that. It's rebirth, renewal. Like there's something that you're finally letting go of, all this crapola. There could be some resistance though. You could still be holding on to some things, hence the Pluto transformation showing up. And maybe that's why something has to like completely change in your life for you to like say, okay, it's finally over, kind of thing. But basically with the first house, the body, and the Pluto coming in, that's a Scorpio energy, Aries, Scorpio energy, and there's like this feeling of revolutionary change, right? Something, Ten of Swords is a Gemini energy. So there's a feeling of newness coming in. So the root of it is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, it's this, we're in this new moon in Aquarius. There's this just, for you this week, Sagittarius, it's like you're moving into new clarity. You're moving into maybe a new project that you've been thinking about doing that is related to like communications, like marketing, speaking, selling. Could be creative, could be could even be financial, accounting, could even be that. But also there's a feeling of the fact that it's in your root. It feels like you've been thinking about it for the longest time. You've been thinking about making this big change in your life. You've been it's not something that just came out of the blue for you. It's something that it's been ongoing. And you've been working on this for the longest time to release yourself from all this heaviness. And you're working on it. You're still working on it, but it's like some of you might have made a complete change in your whole lifestyle of health, like eating habits and workout or whatever, or just coming into loving your body, like learning to just love every part of your authentic self. There's just this feeling of almost, Sagittarius, is like you're very aware. You're aware of the ailments, the issues that follow you. You're aware that there is like that you do carry this anxiety with you, and you're aware of these things. But which is stepping into awareness is the most freeing thing, because as soon as you step into, because when you become anxious, you're like, okay, I'm anxious now, I gotta fix this, like kind of thing, right? I gotta know how do I deal with it. I gotta love myself, and I've gotta release it, kind of thing. And that is where you are. That's that Pluto transformative energy that's showing up here, hence the happiness. It's like you're in this state of metamorphosis in your life, and it's not comfortable, but it's that awareness. I'm going to say it again. I love it. And that you're clear. What's coming is the Hermit. And the Hermit is that self-reflective mode, that going within, listening in here, being that leader in the dark, helping others. Maybe some of you are helping others. You're guiding people on this journey. Maybe you're guiding people in another format. Maybe you're teachers or whatever it is. There's just this feeling that whatever you're doing, this big change, is actually helping other people. The Hermit feels that maybe some of you need to go do more self-reflection, spend more time alone with you and your mate, or alone with yourselves. But there's this feeling of change. Everyone has change in the air here. It's really beautiful, but you're like carrying a lot of anxiety, and even like self-pity and victimization and all that. All of that is being carried with you. It's time to release it. And it's like not news to you. You've been working on it for the longest time. The future card is Aquarius. I know card. Aquarius is our revolutionary. Aquarius is like you stepping into, but Aquarius is all about community, humanitarian. But it's also like coming together with friends and family and creating something new together. Using your community to better yourself. Maybe you're going to speak to audiences. Maybe you're going to work in groups. It could be technological advancement as well. Some of you are in computer software, something working, scientific innovation, something like that. It's just changing it up in your mind, doing something else, doing something more forward thinking. I love it. It's like a 7. 7 is this year. 5 is change. 11 is like 9. Like these numbers are like 11 is an angel number. 10 of swords is a new beginning. 9 is the end of a journey. Page is a page. So whatever. But it's still like page could be 11 as well. But it's like there's like a clean slate coming your way. And I can understand the happiness card here, because it's now time to sing your song. Because you're actually going through the steps of change. Like I said, some of you are doing exercise and eating healthy. Maybe you're, have eliminated foods in your diet, whatever. There's a lot of like change, coming your way as far as releasing yourself from the Hermit, releasing yourself from all these anxieties and stuff. But the Hermit could also be, I just got a flash, that's why I stopped talking. I got a flash. Some of you might be going into like education or expanding your wisdom, like learning something new, or becoming a teacher. I felt that, like webinars or something like this. So whatever it is, keep at it. Embrace the Aquarius energy. The Aquarius is very innovative, creative, outside of the box. So your advice, Sagittarius, is attraction. Supermoon. It's basically that. Keep attracting good things coming your way. Keep yourself attractive. Perhaps that's what it is, but I don't really believe that, because everyone's attractive no matter what they look like. So because it's all like linear. Attraction is just keep on attracting. It's 44. These numbers are very intense, by the way. If you haven't heard them already, you have a 7, 11, a 10, a 9, a 5, 11, and a freaking 44. And this is a 7. So these are important numbers. They're all important numbers. These are like very explosive numbers. Attraction is like keep doing you, and you'll attract everything that is worthy of you. That's what I could say for that. Like keep standing in your awareness and releasing, and all that hard work that you're doing on yourself is paying off for you. It's going to come to you in very creative ways. Like, it's going to be very, like, it's, I don't even see like money here. It's more this bringing together people and helping people. And helping yourself as well. It's really beautiful energy, Saji. So happy. So, we already have a thing. So you're going to ask 2 questions, and I'm going to give you 2 answers. So they're general answers, like yes, no, there's timing, and there's also like little pieces of advice. We have the question number 2. Question number 1 is unlikely, and question number 2 is perfect timing. I hope that helps you. And this looks really good and flowing. So continue with the flow, continue singing your song, and I'll see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share as well. And every week I'm doing a 1-question tarot reading giveaway till the end of January. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. We got Spirit Guardian of Summer Expansion. I kind of love this card for you because when I think expansion, even though expansion is more like a Sagittarius card, a Jupiter, but for me, you guys are always expanding, right? You're always like moving forward in your careers and your jobs and your businesses, or you're always like looking to move forward into greatness. And here it's like I don't know what this is, an apple tree, peach tree, whatever it is, it's blossomed fully. There's a bird here. There's just this feeling of growth and stability. This is a 37 card, which is a 10, which is a 1, a new beginning. There's just a feeling of something coming for you. Something like you finally, again, moving into this next step of greatness. So, your first card is Pisces, I believe. Pisces is our intuitive sign, it's our compassionate sign, it's our mysterious sign as well, our dreamer, our mystery, I said mysterious, our visionary, like, but also our very sensitive sign. So I wonder why this is showing up for you. My Pisces is in the past. Perhaps you are in a partnership with the Pisces, or maybe because Pisces and Capricorn, very interesting, right? Because water, earth, it's actually not so bad, but you're so grounded, and the Pisces is not so grounded. So let's see what's going on. Leo is in the center, which is exactly where it needs to be. The center of the spotlight is Leo. So something like a raise or promotion coming, expansion, it's exactly that. The Leo energy is some of your, maybe you will be like rewarded with something, validated. I like this energy. Very outspoken energy. Where Pisces is more underlying, right? Of course, there could be Pisces out there that are very outspoken, but the energy of Pisces is more quiet and like more idealistic, where the Leo is idealistic but outward about it, which is okay. So I wonder why this is showing up for you. The challenge is the 6 of Coins. 6 of Coins, giving and receiving. So here what I'm seeing is the Leo, like I said, could be some of you moving into a new relationship, but a really like external person, and moving up in your job, getting a new role, getting new responsibilities, getting rewarded, getting validated, whatever. And the 6 of Coins is like someone's giving you something and you're like, no, I don't want it. Like you're like not taking the handout, you're not accepting it because you want to like earn it on your own. That's very Capricorn, right? Like, this is so funny. The Six of Coins is a Taurus energy, but it's like your energy as well. So it's like you're not taking charity. You know, you're like, no, I need to earn it, like the right way kind of thing. Except the Leo is like, yo, I'll take whatever, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, you're giving it to me, yeah, no problem. Such an interesting, and you're like resisting. You're resisting a change here. The root of it is temperance. Temperance is balancing your emotions. It's compromise. It's mastery. It's compromise. Let's see if I see it. It's like, you know, mastering the like the temperature kind of thing, like finding a way. It's so interesting because if you look at temperance underneath Pisces and Leo, which are like kind of two different signs, it's like finding a balance between these two. Maybe that is represented in your life. Maybe you're super deep down inside Capricorn, you're very emotional, and this Leo side of you, it's so interesting. Someone else got this kind of energy, Scorpio, I think. It's like Moon is emotion, sensitivo, and Leo is like, hello, I'm here kind of energy. It's like it's like a divine feminine energy, a divine masculine energy. So it's like that could be you like fighting with yourself, and then here you're being given something, money, you're being given a role, you're being given something, you're like, I don't take no charity from people. But it's like, who cares? At this point, it's like, it's interesting, and you're trying to balance yourself. You're trying to like figure out who you are in this relationship, whether it's love, whether it's business, whether it's whatever. So there's almost like a little bit, which is so interesting. There's like two parts of you showing up here, Capricorn. And they're stronger than you think. Like, you take things personally with the Pisces, and the Leo does take things personally too, but they take it differently. The Pisces will wallow in it and like, and the Leo will be like, I can't believe this happened, and we'll be like, you know. So I don't know why. I just feel like this is showing up here. But it also could be that you're either involved with a Pisces or a Leo, and it's, I don't know. It's like, it's really literally you trying to work things out with yourself. The Six of Coins in reverse feels to me like you're being offered something. You're being offered like I said, in a job, you're being offered a position like higher than yourself, or you're being offered money, or you're being offered help. When it comes to, even, it doesn't have to be financial, just like, and you're refusing it. That's the funny thing here. You're annoyed by it. You're resisting it. And I almost feel like these two are here to show you, like, they're telling me that you're taking things, like the Pisces, like you're taking things to personally, taking things to heart. And the Leo is like here in the current saying, okay, just flick it off. Yes, they take things personally, but then they just like go with the flow kind of thing. This could be a message to you, Capricorns, and that with the temperance here, you're always trying to balance things out. You're always trying to figure things out instead of just like allowing things to happen and just flow right over you, right? What's coming is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is making a move forward, changing destination, changing the way you normally do things. Leo is like, find that courage within you, find that strength within you, and stand in your ground. If someone's giving you money, you take the money, you say thank you very much, and you move, because there's always a reason they're doing it. If someone's giving you a compliment, don't say no. Take the compliment, say thank you very much, and move on. Don't analyze the compliment, don't reject it. Like, that's the thing I'm receiving here, is that some of you are looking too deeply into things with this Pisces here. It's like you're allowing others to control, which is Leo, your emotions and your don't. The Six of Coins challenge really speaks to me here clearly that you're refusing something. You're refusing praise, validation, reward, or even a handout of friendship or charity or something. And you're like, it's like you want to do this on your own. It's that pride, whatever. And it's like, nah, man. If it's coming to you, it's like the message, just take it. And it's actually going to open up something for you with the Three of Wands. To me, it's going to open up a new path for you to move on to. So stop analyzing, stop thinking, stop wanting to do everything on your own. If someone's coming and offering you money or an investment into your business or a helping hand, I can help you get to the next level, or I can help you with your relationship, I can help you, whatever, you say yes. Because, in a esoteric way, if someone's coming to give you something, it's not just that physical being. It's actually the divine within him or her coming in saying, yeah. So we have to think outside the box a little bit and just accept things. Because your future is the sun. Like the sun is freaking Leo too. Like this Leo is showing up. The sun is the I am, the self. It's like to take the freaking lion, right? Take the lion by the mane and I'm going to tell you the Leo energy is like, if you present them with something, they will take it with love and fervor and passion, and they're going to use it to the max. Where the Capricorn, the Virgo, and the Taurus, which is the earth sign, will be like, well, why is it coming to me? And they're going to think about it, and they're going to be cautious. But here I feel like you've wallowed too much in your you're thinking too much, dudes. like it's time to jump. That's what I feel. Stop weighing things and start doing. The Three of Wands is also an Aries, the fire. There's like a fire energy here showing up in the future. It's time to take that chance. If someone offers you a position somewhere else that's lucrative, you go for it. If someone's offering you help, a hand in your current thing, then you take it. If someone's stop thinking about things. This is why we get lost and stuck in our thoughts. These beautiful, this Leo and this sun, for me, is like you're stepping into your authentic self. There's you're stepping into who you are if you allow this to happen. Capricorn, stop following the rules, stop getting so sensitive about things, and start taking things that are being handed to you. I gotta understand. It's so funny. So your advice is boundaries. That's so hilarious. Boundaries is you. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is boundaries and limitations. So you see, she's stuck in her bubble. Do not be that person. Do not stick in your bubble because it's worked for you for 10 years or 5 years or 1 year, and now don't want to something's being offered to you or handed to you. Take it. That is the advice of the week. Break out of the bubble. Set yourself free. Become the lion of the jungle. And try new things. I really feel like that's what's being given to you as an advice this week. Stop hiding and start showing off. Right? Expansion. It's time to move forward into something completely new and feel good about it while you're doing it. So I have angel answer cards here. So ask 2 questions and I'm going to give you 2 answers. The answers are yes, no. They could be timing, and they also could be just pieces of advice. Capricorn, please. Capricorn. These are your answers. Not the right time. question number 2 is abundance. Awesome. So I love those cards. I mean, I don't know what not the right time is, but for you, I really feel like the message is just live freely. Stop living in your limitations, that you have to follow the rules, you have to follow the way things used to be. It's time for a little bit of change. All right, my beautiful Capricorn, I love you. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm giving away a 1 question reading every week in January. So that comment below. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. We got Butterfly Spirit Transformation 8. Number 8 is a power number. But also, look at this card. It's beautiful. It's like freedom. That claw, the clam is open. With the little pearl that you find in the clam. So luxury. There's something is like free. You're freeing yourself of something that's kept you in. Like it's the birth of Venus, birth of love, the birth of divine feminine energy. It just feels really beautiful. And there's this like the fact that the clam is open. It almost feels like perhaps the clam has been closed for you for a while. You've been like luxuriating in your clam, which is cocooning yourself, right? Like the butterfly as well, cocoons itself. And you've been enjoying it, but you need to make a change. And the full moon in Aquarius, and happy birthday Aquarius, by the way. And this full moon in Aquarius is saying, hey, full new moon in Aquarius saying, let's start fresh again. So I kind of like this energy coming here for you. Let's see what's going on. In your past, you have the 9th house, number 33, which is faith. 9th house is Sagittarius energy. So 9th, it's kind of interesting. There's like a Ouija board there and palm reading. So the fact that that's there, maybe it's like have faith in your mystical part of you. Maybe some of you are stepping into more spiritual intuitiveness. Maybe your new clairs, your new gifts, new abilities are coming online. That could be very much it. But Sagittarius energy could also be travel, like new beginnings, like let's see what's going on here so I can better understand. In your current, it's the 10th house, which is Capricorn, the World card, which is very much travel, new beginning. Wow. Okay, it's like very much like the end of an old chapter, beginning of a new book. Not a chapter, a completely new book in your life. This is really beautiful and promising. We have a challenge. So your challenge is the King of Pentacles, which is a Taurus energy. The King of Pentacles could be a father energy. It could be a male mentor, a male in your life as well, or someone with a divine masculine energy. Showing up here, so there's like this push for you to be more business minded, a push for you to be like, someone around you saying, well, you need to get a job, you need to make money, and you're like, yo man, I'm still figuring out my life. There's that feeling here. And there's a feeling of like excess materialism when you see the King of Coins as a challenge. Like maybe some of you are doing a little bit too much shopping, or you're excessive about something. Or it could be someone in your life. Because the Taurus is freaking earth sign, very grounded, very stable. Aquarius is air sign, right? So not that at all. And it's like, it's almost like there's someone in your life that wants to, sees you doing so many things, sees you all over the place, sees you like doing your own thing, on your own time kind of thing, and they're like, no, because you need to follow the rules. This is like a follow the rules kind of person. You're not following the rules, and we need to put you in place, Aquarius. That is someone in this reading for sure. I feel that energy very strongly. But here you are. You're at this precipice in your life where you're stepping into your clairs, like I said, your spiritual abilities, but also you're stepping into a new journey. You feel like you feel like making a change in your life, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, whether it's travel, whether it's yourself. You're like a 33 and a 34. It's a 6 and a 7. A 7 is all of this 2023. It's like this, for me, 2023 is showing up here as like it's time for change. What's at the root of this? The moon, Pisces energy, is at the root of this. Well, Pisces energy is dreamy, intuitive, mysterious, secretive, but also very spiritual, compassionate, and empathic. You know, very someone. Pisces are people who have no boundaries because they're always allowing people to come in and sponge off their energies. That's Pisces. So this is at your root, and probably that's a little bit of you too. Some of you have been experiencing that you've been stepping into your power kind of thing, and stepping into your knowing of where it is that you want to do in your life, or where it is like you're in a very interesting, like at the end of a road and the beginning of a new journey, and it's really beautiful, by the way. And the moon, you may have felt like lesser than, you may have felt like you've taken on other people's energies, but you also feel like you've drowned a little bit in these emotions to get to this place, and now you find yourself standing a bit on 2 feet, but then you have this King of Coins coming in saying, no, I need more from you. I need you to be more assertive when it comes to your finances. I need you to, there's like a very controlling energy around you, trying to change. I'm not here to say Aquarius is not good with their money, because it's not that at all. Because I just feel like there's some Aquarians here that are ready to make a change in their life, and it might not sit well with some people in your life because it feels too abstract for them. It might feel a bit too out of the box, right? You're not coming from a place of practicality about it, and that's why that King of Coins shows up. It's like that person, or it could also be a structure, like you're coming up against structure. You're coming up against legalities and rules and obligations, and you're like, I can't do this. It's not working for me. It never did work for you, by the way. I mean, you do follow your own set of rules, but they're your own set of rules. They're not anybody else's. And I just feel like you're coming up against these narratives, these institutions that are telling you this is what needs to be done. And you're like, no, this is not what needs to be done. Because now I'm ready for my new journey, and my new journey does not include this at all. Doesn't include this, education. Doesn't include this at all. I'm doing something completely different. That is what's going on here, I feel. I feel like you're coming up against the norm. Interesting. Or you're coming up against a father who wants you to do something, or your husband, or your partner, or your friend, or whatever. That's like, this is what you should do. The should is like the worst thing to talk to a Taurus. Yes, but an Aquarius as well. So what's coming is the 8 of Wands, which is taking flight. 8 of Wands is communication, but it's also moving into something new completely. I think some of you Aquarius are literally wanting to change path. You're completely ready to do it. So I don't know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a spiritual person watching this. You can be an Aquarius that is very conservative and you're watching this. You're just in the mood. You're not in the mood. You're in this need to change, to step outside of the box. Conservative or not, you're not like comfortable there, and people keep holding you in the box. They're like, no, you need to do this, and you're like, no, man, I want to do accounting, but this way, and it's more creative. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be always this. Not an area Aquarius is like super like outside of the box thinker, innovative scientist, whatever. But there's this, and you've like held on to this with the moon here. You've held on to this authentic self of yours for the longest time, and now you're like, I think I'm gonna burst. And the Eight of Wands is like, I'm ready. I'm gonna fly. And I'm going to be who I want to be. And I'm going to take the job that I want to take. And I'm going to study what I want to study. And I'm going to be me. And that's what I feel. Eight of Wands is Sagittarius. Sagittarius shows up here. Like there's this. Sagittarius is a nomad. Like, don't put freaking limitations on me. I cannot have it. And they're fire sign. They're not even an air sign. But it's like. So the future, what an interesting future, is Taurus, which was your challenge, by the way, and I have. So the future is a Taurus, which is security and stability, stubbornness. So it's almost, I kind of like that actually. I'm a little bit surprised about it because here it's all this freedom here, and then we like stepping away from this need to always follow the rules, but not that Taurus follows the rules all the time either. I'm Taurus. Taurus is saying that if you do this, if you step out on your own and you do the things that you want to do, then yes, you will find that path, that it'll become more stable in your life, right? You will find that stable and security because you're doing what you want to do. That's what I feel that's showing up here. Because you can't be flighty like all of your life, right? You got to find some sort, and you are a fixed sign Aquarius, so you do need stability. And that's what's happening here. Like, it's actually telling you to step on that journey of yours, step on that path that you've always wanted to do, and stop listening to all the people that are keeping you down from it. All of them saying that you should do this and you have to do this or blah blah blah, and it's like irking you. Like, you're like, fuck, I'm tired of listening to these people, because this Eight of Wands is like, fly. Like, I don't know what, Top Gun. Like, just do it. Go get into that jet, the fighter jet, the pilot, and just fly, man, and do it. And your result is Taurus. And it's the best decision you'll ever have made. I kind of like that. And even if the clam shuts again, you'll be very comfortable in this newness. And so, your advice is the path. Oh my God. I love it. The path. This is amazing. Step on that new path, people. Aquarius. It's all fucking working out here. It's okay if you wallow, and it's okay that you're full of emotions, but this is your journey and nobody else's. And I keep telling that to people. Everybody, we are all on our own journey to the whole. But we need to figure out ourselves before we get to the whole, and we have to do it in your own terms. It's like your authentic self. Things are looking amazing for you. I really love this. But it's really like going back to you again. And if you're Aquarius, and you kind of lose yourself, Aquarius, because Aquarians are very loner people, kind of like they trust, usually they're crazy. So trust you're crazy and go for it. Because Taurus is the future, so it's almost like you're able to like make these big changes to find stability and security. So I'm doing angel answers. You can ask 2 questions. I'm going to give you yes or no, or timing, or advice. So make sure they're open-ended. So your answers are 3 questions for you, 3 answers. So think of 3 questions. Pause the video, but I'm coming for it. So the answer number 1 is wait. Answer number 2 is within the next few weeks. Answer number 3 is no need to worry. Everything's gonna be all right. Aquarius, I love this reading. Amazing. Do you, please, always. I love you. I will see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, like, comment, share, and subscribe. In every comment, I will be picking a 1-question reading every week in January. I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. First, if you're coming from Instagram or Facebook, I apologize. I had run out of time on Instagram. They only give me 15 minutes. And I was like, scrambling to say something, and I apologize. So here is the explanation of this card. Joy. I mean, first of all, I don't need to say anything with this card because it's pretty clear. But I wanted to explain to you this hummingbird. So hummingbirds are like fast little birdies that are so fast that they visit 1,000 flowers in a day. 1,000. In between those 1,000 flowers, they always take time to relax and repose. So this kind of card was like, Pisces, this is your week to take freaking time off. Take some time, relax, enjoy life to the fullest. Like, smell the flowers if you want, grow the flowers if you want, like, go bird watch, like, it's just like this feeling of like, it's like just peace, joy. I love it. Just great feeling. But let's look at the reading first. So your past energy is the 4th house, which is Cancer energy. Roots 28 is 10-1, new beginning. So this is all about home, family, laying down your roots. Maybe there is maybe things are going really well at home, maybe things are not going well so well. But with the joy card, I would assume that things are. Maybe there's a new baby coming, maybe there's a new relationship starting for you. Like, I don't know, feels good. Maybe there's a new like bonding within your family after the holidays. In the present position, it's the 6th house, which is Virgo, which is routine, which is usually about work. It could be about health as well, habits that I love so much. Okay, so let's see. I mean, the 4th and the 6th house is Cancer, Virgo. It's very calm energy, right? This, although it's the Chariot in the tarot card, which is like making a move, success, traveling. This is also the Hermit, right? There's the feeling here of, I don't know, I feel like reining it in a little bit. Enjoying the family, enjoying the routine of life. Enjoying like living a healthy life, like starting to exercise, eating better. That's the feeling I'm getting here from these cards. Oh, come on. And your challenge is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is betrayal, lies, dishonesty. It's a challenge, but still the challenge stays the same as that. It's like someone around you, you're betraying yourself, come on. But the fact that the 7 of Swords is in reverse could also feel like something that has gone wrong in your life, someone who stole something from you, you're getting it back. Someone who has lied to you is revealing itself to you, kind of thing. That could be that too. There could be like a return of something that was taken from you. It could also be like you not taking shit from anybody anymore. You standing up to the lies and the deceit in your life. That could be that, because this roots and routine, it feels like grounded energy, and here the Seven of Swords is showing up, and it's like bringing up some old hurts, old betrayals, but you're trying to rid of that. You're trying to change your life around, but it also could be there's a trickster around you and a liar. Let's just see what the root is. The Strength card. Leo energy. I mean, the Strength card is the Strength card. It's like you having you're holding the family together. You're holding, like, that's what it is. Or you're always being the leader at your workplace. You always being the leader in your home, with your children, your partner. Even if you're single, like with your family members, with your friends, you're like the pillar. But yet there is this like feeling of dishonesty around you. I mean, it could be you who has been dishonest in your life with your family, or it could also be you being dishonest with yourself when it comes to your health and your eating, and you're like kind of like cheat on your diets kind of thing, or you're like your laziness perhaps with exercise. It could be that, or it could very well be that too. Or you've like lied to your family and friends, but you're wanting to turn a new leaf with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Like you're wanting to change that up again. Maybe you once did that. Maybe you once were a bully. Once you're like a cheater, a liar, whatever. You lied, and we've all done it, right? And there's this feeling of you having remorse and wanting to change it up. And maybe you did these things because you had to be always the one to keep everything at bay, keep everything, like keep the money flowing, keep the foundation of the house, like there's a lot of reasons for a lot of things that we do in our lives. So I just feel like there's this feeling of you perhaps releasing yourself from all this guilt that has been carrying around within you. Like you're saying bye to self-doubt, but also maybe you're walking away from maybe you've like worked with like unethical people, and then you're walking away with that from them. There's a lot of things that the Seven of Swords could be. You're like walking away from corruption kind of thing, but you're seeing what this behavior has caused within your family, in your workplace, and now you're seeing the error of your ways kind of thing, and like you're wanting to release yourself from that. There could be that, or there could be people around you that are like that with you. People around you that have taken advantage of you within your family, at work, that have always like leaned on you because you're the pillar. There's these two things happening here. But what's coming is the Seven of Wands. So sevens are showing up here. Seven, as we know, is 2023, but also it's like having faith in yourself. Truth and consequences. The Seven of Wands is exactly that. Like she's like running up against, like she looks like she's like in warrior mode. But she's alone, and she has one wand in her hand, and she has faith in herself that she will survive this attack, or that she will move on to the next level kind of thing. So like there's always so many scenarios, because we are in a like there's just this feeling with the Seven of Swords here that like either you I don't want to repeat myself all the time, but it's like a you thing or it's someone else. But whatever it is, it's a huge release that has been you've been carrying around back for the longest time, even if it's someone else, like you're done, like you're finished with that, and you're needing to move forward and become like the warrior kind of thing, and move to the next step in your life. Your goal is to have a happy family, or your goal is to have like good solid roots in your condo, in your apartment, in your house, or whatever, with your family, with your friends, with your parents, whatever it is, however that is for you. But you're done being like lied to, or you're done lying to yourself kind of thing, you know. That's like, or you're done being the aggressor or being aggressed, you know what I'm saying? So we can go on and on like that kind of thing. And the future is the air element, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, communication, which is kind of beautiful here, because it's almost like whether you're like this is whether you're in a family unit or whether it's a greater family or friends, okay? And there's just this feeling of, I really feel like some of you want to reestablish this family unit, friend unit, this unit at work. Like you want to come together again and take the Seven of Swords, and it's an old story, and not ever engage in that ever again, and start fresh with communication. Learn how to communicate with my colleagues, with my partners, with my family, you know, that kind of, it's like a fresh start for the Pisces. I kind of like this. That's the joy. It's like, it's time to freaking release yourself of all this crapola that you keep bringing onto yourself. Whether it's you doing it to yourself or whether it's someone else doing it to you, it doesn't matter, because someone else doing it to yourself, you just need to cut that out. Forgive and release. But communication is key, right? That's where we all lack communication skills. Like we keep things inside, we take things personally, we don't know, like you all like. So there's a feeling here. It's like, open the lines of communication, Pisces. It's time, if you wanna re-solidify your roots at home or at work or wherever it is for you. You need to like step away from this these deceptive energies, and you need to stop doing that to yourself. I mean, it's really clear that, but it's what the cards are saying. And your advice is, wow, beginnings, and it's a new moon. All right, it's a new moon. Yep. Doesn't look like a new moon, but it's a new moon. So new moon Aquarius coming up this week on the 21st. It's kind of like, it's like, let's start a fresh start again, Pisces. Even if you've lied to someone, you've cheated someone, you've like been dishonest, you bullied, whatever it is, you've stolen from somebody, you're gonna hang on to that for the rest of your life? Like, repair it with the people that you've done that, and let's move forward, right? If this has been done to you, or this is something you do to yourself, or you're getting back something, accept it. The property's returning to you, or the compliments are coming back to you. Take it. Stop pushing things away. Stop resisting things, and just allow things to happen. This is it. This is a new portal happening for you. It's time to move. I love it. It's time to get back into joy, my beautiful Pisces. So we have angel answers here. Ask 2 questions. I'm going to give you 2 answers, and they are yes and no's or timing questions. So here are the questions, the answers. If you haven't thought of them, pause and come back, because I'm going for it. Answer number 1 is reconsider. And answer number 2 is within the next few weeks. All right, my beautiful Pisces. Thank you for the patience from Instagram and Facebook. And there's some work to do here, obviously. The Seven of Swords is never a fun card to get, even though doesn't look so bad in this card. But there is like this energy of like envy and deception, or something very heavy, and it's in the process of being released. Do the work, and it'll help you also perhaps here too. Maybe there's a lot of stuck energies, and that's why you're eating a lot, or you're not exercising enough, or you're not drinking. Like there could be this stuck energy because, and that's why things are not working out at home so well. It's like when you release all these energies, then you're more free to be this beautiful tiger. So these are your messages for the week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you comment, this week I'm giving 1 question tarot readings at the end of every week in January. I love you, and have a beautiful week. And be free. This is time for a new beginning.